So tell me, Will,
Hey,
what happened last time on Ebon Ward?
last time on Ebon Ward, the 11th hour bumped into Oleander, who was meeting with Doopsy about the future of the Academy and reassuring that the Hersa family can aid with protection. Dia then asked if the 11th hour could visit the restricted section of the library, which he agreed to happily. There, the party learned more about the Blackthorn family and that some details had not been accounted for in other writings. Zia and Ezekiel, Blackthorn, had a daughter named Ruby who could heal any injury with curious magic. The Veritas Legion was originally a family of well-respected spellcasters and had been requested to help the Tarlins with a dangerous disease of some sort after the Blackthorn family had escaped their clutches. A decade later, a young man named Astrophel returned to the Tarlin estate to deal with the Vile family, apparently. It was also revealed that Meredith had invited vampires to Leviara in an attempt to prove the possibility of living together peacefully. Things were escalated by the religious factions at the time and led to the vampires being killed and Meredith Redwood being burned alive. Astrophel had pulled her off the pyre and healed her, but before he could punish the populace, Meredith begged him to leave them alone. The two then returned to the Blackthorn estate and were never seen again. Dia then asked if she could meet with Yodis to learn about Addis, but Doopsy declined, saying, "That's a daemon. No, you may not." Disappointed by the answer, the group returned to Hushstone Prison to release Hunch and question him about the Horde and learned quite a bit. They then asked if he could track down a bookie to learn who placed the order for the Dream Drinker spiders. Hunch agreed to help and left to meet with them, but had a sudden case of head explosion on the way as Maze trailed after him. Maze spotted the hooded figure that was invisible, casually escaping until the rogue sprinted after him. He felt his head nearly rupture twice as he pursued the individual, and the rest of 11th Hour arrived. They nearly nabbed the villain, but they were able to dimension door away, unfortunately. As the chaos calmed, Nash sprinted off with the Blue Jays to check on Deletta. That is where we left off last time. Yeah.
That was a bit of a thing.
So here.
Oh!
So Nash. Even I'm loading very slowly for this map. There we go. You are here. You're starting to see, like, groups of people make their way to the Portmaster's office. There's also a lot of people just running away from the docks, like screaming what they saw and heard. There's a lot of confusion going on. No one's like doing full-on riots, and thankfully so you're actually able to get into the Portmaster's office, and immediately upon entering, this Blue Jay spins around and slams the door shut. You do see Embernice, who's got two of her meteor hammers ready to go, but then sees you. "Oh my god, Nash, are you okay?"
Uh-oh.
We're about to leave.
Oh,
Nash is stunned.
Literally said BRB in
Yeah.
chat.
I didn't have that tab
BRB in
open.
chat.
I didn't have that tab open, and that's all right. Well, we'll start.
It's okay. I'm back. No, I'm back here now. I was in the other room with my headset on, doing what I need to do, and I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta go.
I'm sorry. I had a different tab open, so I couldn't see in the chat log.
It's fine. Go.
Yeah, no. Embernice like lowers her meteor hammers a smidgen. "Oh my god, Nash, are you okay? I don't know exactly what's going on. I've been hearing a lot of, people screaming and running around though."
Everything okay here?
Yeah, well, actually, here. She like very carefully scoots over. If you want to go check on Deletta, she's in the courthouse.
Okay, thank you.
Courthouse?
There was incident down at docks
Oh,
with the, invisible guy again.
oh god. Okay. Well, I'd love to go check, but I need to stay here in case things escalate. Like, you're gonna need a giant, although I got you here, so maybe it's fine.
Brutus and other friends are there, and Pride, so a lot of people there.
Is my uncle okay?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, why don't you go on in there?
Yeah, he nods and goes forward.
Yeah. You immediately see 3 Blue Jays They recognize you at this point, and they kind of look you up and down, and they're like, oh, I hate to do this, but with everything going on, how do we know you're Nash?
I mean, low int, he doesn't quite know how to, like, prove himself?
Driver's license.
You've got a gift from Deletta. Maybe that's worth something to them.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter too much because the doors get thrown open.
It's like looking through stuff like,
Yeah, it doesn't matter too much because the doors get thrown open as like these two blue jays are like, Madame Delato! They're like trying to hold her back, and she just runs through and sprints up and just gives you a big ol' hug.
Oh, Deletta, you okay?
I'm fine, Nash. Are you okay?
Yeah. Hug.
She holds you real tight, and maybe like for a little too long, where it's just like, okay, shit's going on, but it's clear that she's just fully stressed out at this point. All right. I don't know the details. I was just told to go in the courtroom because there's no windows in there.
I don't think this place in danger, but wanted to check anyway. He just kind of gestures to go back into the courtroom so he can explain the situation in a semi-private place.
Oh, sure. All right. And there's a couple of Blue Jays that back up because they were like right at the door. They're like, oh shit, all right, fine. Let me fully reveal the courtroom.
And we get to see this part of the map.
Wow, it's like a whole ass room. Wow.
Yeah.
Rube, look, it's your desk.
Ugh.
My desk.
Sad.
Mahogany. She just like kind of steps away, and the Blue Jays are still very close to her, but they're like, all right, fine, we'll trust this guy for now.
He honestly appreciates that they're on guard around him, you know, in that weird like pride way of like, all right, good, they're on guard, they're not lax about this shit.
Yeah, no. She just kind of takes a step or two back and kind of puts her head in her hands. I just want this city to be safe, and I can't. This is my fault, isn't it? Like, I pulled us out of the coalition, and everything has escalated so much since then. I don't know what to do.
He like sighs and is like, think this would have happened eventually, but and I think he's just gonna like explain what happened at the docks, you know, so that she has a clear picture of the situation.
Yeah.
I don't think he explains like any of the super secret info with two rando Blue Jays around.
Right.
Like, oh, we suspect these people or anything. He just explains what happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Deletta thinks, would it be stupid for me to go to the docks? I mean, maybe if I'm there and I don't run away, maybe the people will be more on our side again.
I think threat is gone from what I saw, but I ask. And he
Sure.
pulls out the little crossbow to like talk to Dia.
Yeah, Nash, is Deletta okay?
Yeah, she was kept safe in courtroom.
Okay, well, that's something.
She asked if it's good idea for her to come down, make appearance.
If I had to guess, I think the person will be more focused on saving their own skin, especially because they actually took some damage this time. I doubt they'll come back right away. So, it probably is, but, I mean, as long as she understands the risk, it probably would help people. Yeah, I think, especially after what happened before, to see her down here.
Okay. He looks up at Dia, or not at Dia, at Delata, and is like...
I'm with you always, Nash.
Dia's face in the sky.
Dia's like, you should buy the fries, Nash. It will give you energy.
Strength in the coming days.
You should kill them with your ice breath, Nash.
Dia says it would be a good idea, and don't think they would come back. Pride there, all us there.
All right. Okay, then let's go. And she holds out her hand.
Nash steps forward and takes it very gently.
I've seen this trick before. You're getting dimension doored into a murder house.
Okay, but Nash would get tricked by it. If this Stiletto was an imposter, he would simply be tricked. I don't know what to tell you.
I wouldn't simply avoid it. I would not.
Also,
it would happen.
I feel like if Nash got dimension doored into a murder house, it would be a murder house because of what Nash would do.
You trick, no like, everyone die. Yeah, and so you two walk together outside. Embernice, Embernice would tag along, I think.
Yeah, I mean, her prerogative was protect Deletta, so now we're going back there.
Yeah, so here.
Nash also keeps an eye out for, like, I think he's kind of keeping an eye out for keepers, especially if he can spot a rogue Emmett on the streets.
He just pulls out a Glock. I've had enough of you, bitch.
And you guys make your way back through Leviara. The streets are definitely pretty chaotic. And there are times where people like run up to you and is like, Delata, what are you gonna do about this? And like some people actually throw things at you. Luckily, with both of you present, like Embernice can like use her entire arm to just guard her from one side, and you being on the other does help. And you guys continue to clear your way through. Embernice barking out orders. Actually, I'll give her an intimidate check to kind of... If you want, you can also like do a diplomacy or whatever you think would be... I'll even let you do a strength check of just like showing off your own bravado. Of just like, yeah, don't mess with us right now. We're busy, folks. So, yeah, Embernice, you notice, is actually... She barks out a couple of orders, but like it's starting to get to her too, of like how many people are so angry.
No, this is Nash's intimidate. He doesn't even have to, he's just giving pretty bad death glares, and he will occasionally just be like, we investigating it. Yeah. And leaves it at that. He doesn't have like time to waste with these people.
Yeah. Embernice really appreciates that and said, she's like, yeah, just, we're figuring it out. Just calm down, okay? Like, we need more problems right now. Thank you, Nash. And you see Deletta look up to you, and she's very, very pleased to have you as a support. You guys then do arrive back at the docks. It's definitely calmed down from what it was before. There's still people running left and right, just checking on folks. At this point in time, there are many keepers present, healing and aiding the various people, as well, of course, as Brutus.
Didn't Dia and Redpath run off?
I was considering it, but I have thought of something else I would rather do than try and pursue directly now and use my only dimension door to do it.
Alright.
Yeah, I think Redpath will immediately spend time making sure that Maze is okay, and like then after that, he will be supervising the keepers that are healing.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, so you continue to supervise, and it isn't too long until a familiar face shows up with a bunch of other keepers. God, I tried to find you at the Courtmaster office, but you weren't even there. What happened?
I mean, Nash isn't gonna say shit to him.
Deletta spins around. There was another attack, and I'm not running away. That's wise. That's good. All right, start surveying the area. Did you get a look? What happened? Just like, this is towards any of you. Everybody's like, I just got here. I don't know.
Here, come over here so you're not yelling.
All right. And he marches on over.
Where were you?
I can't be everywhere all the time.
That's not what I asked.
And he gestures to his keepers. They can confirm with me. I was up on the street near Smooth as Silk and whatnot.
Doing what?
Patrolling.
Well, I understand grilling him, but there is an order to these things. There was another attack by the invisible assailant. We dealt with it as best we could, but they got away.
God damn it. Any idea where they went?
They teleported.
To some upper part of the city.
Yeah, there's somewhere.
He points at a handful of keepers. Go up. Just check out all the streets on the higher levels. Anything that's suspicious, just go.
Don't you think it would be more pertinent for them to stay here where they could heal people and possibly have Blue Jays go and check out the upper levels?
Half and half then. Pride, how many of your Blue Jays know how to heal? Not nearly as many as your keepers. So yes, it would be wiser then. Send the Blue Jays up. And Pride gives his orders out to the Blue Jays, and they go scurrying up instead with like 1 or 2 extra keepers, just as extra support. All right. Well, I feel like this is a. Could we?
You
please
feel
stop?
like this is a terrible tragedy and lots of civilians died, yes.
Yes, there's no need to be flippant about this. If anything, I'm trying to bring up the fact that we could be a little bit more coordinated.
Okay, how do you propose we do that? What's your plan?
Let us help is a good start.
All right, help.
That
If
is
you
a
want
refreshing
something more specific, then request something more specific. We're not getting in your way.
I know you won't. 11th hour. Looks at Pride and Deletta. Am I allowed to help now? Are the keepers finally allowed to get involved and assist you? And you're noticing a crowd starting to build in the area, and they're listening very intently. Pride looks over to Deletta. Yes. It only makes sense. There's no reason for us to be split up like this anymore. Thank you. God almighty. All right. I'm going to go start patching some folks up. Who looks the roughest?
There were a few individuals who were near a fire giant at the time, so probably go where you can smell burning flesh.
I'm on it. And he runs over and starts chitty-chatting with Brutus.
I would like to do something. I would like to study his body movements and the way he moves.
Sure.
I'd also like to study how the other keepers sort of like interact around him, like what sort of presence they give him, sort of thing, like what level of respect there is there.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me a perception or sense motive check.
That's my sense motive. Ew.
Okay. Studying Emmett, he walks with determination, very good posture, clearly years of training in the military. And the keepers that are with him, they follow suit. There is no hesitation or questioning it whatsoever. They immediately follow after Emmett to assist. And as Emmett's walking, he points, and you see the keepers split off to go help other people.
They really stacked all of their capable men and like decent looking role models in one location, you know? Yeah, that's Maze's remark, just like, yeah. They look like shit everywhere else, but they're great here.
Yes.
Why might he have been patrolling up by Smooth as Silk? Has there been any incidents up there aside from the meeting that happened, or?
Pride looks over. Wouldn't surprise me if he caught word of our theories regarding those dream drinkers. Might have been doing some investigation work. Though it's annoying that he would operate on his own.
It's not terribly unexpected.
It's not unexpected, and calling him out would just be problematic right now.
I have an idea, but well, given that we just had to interact with Emmett, I don't know if I don't know how appealing this is going to be. But I think there is another person we need to talk to ASAP, and like ideally immediately.
Is that the Lawmaster?
Yeah, it's the Lawmaster.
Alright.
I've been thinking about what we talked about earlier, Maze, and also what you, Redpath and Nash said about their conversation with him, and like, he's obviously really suspicious, but he's actually one of the people in the city who could possibly help at a time like this, and I think we have to try our best to confirm his intentions. If you want to end without regrets, Maze, I think the best thing we can all do is to, well, as bizarre as it sounds, almost give him the benefit of the doubt until we know for sure that we're at unresolvable cross purposes and we have to fight. I mean, at that point, there's nothing more you could have done, right?
Yes,
That makes sense to me.
I agree.
Pride looks over. Normally I would accompany you, but with Emmett present, as well as Madame Gelato.
You've got your own job to do.
Definitely.
I hate to say it, it isn't obviously to help our people, but if I leave and Emmett's here, we are going to look even worse than before.
No,
Certainly. He's
I
already done a
understand.
good job of it.
Yeah, and you can hear Emmett just like taking care of folks, just sweet talking, and actually getting some people to laugh.
Fucking snake.
All right.
Do you happen to know where we can find the Lawmaster right now? Assuming
He
he
should
isn't.
still be at home, actually.
He's likely still at Hushstone.
Oh,
He was
Alright.
at his house last we saw him.
Thinking, wait a minute, no. You were the last place you guys saw him was at Hushstone. Am I crazy?
Yeah, 'cause
yes,
we-
correct.
Yeah.
Wait, no, you're correct.
Yeah, 'cause he was-
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I was like, wait, we haven't even been to Rivaldi's house
No.
recently. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, I was very, I was like, what am I?
okay.
What have I
Hold on,
done?
we need to figure out the continuity a second here.
All right, we'll make our way over there then.
Yeah, all right, so let me remove some icons over here.
On the way over, Redpath's gonna be kind of judging the crowd to see if there's anything out of place, or like, listen in on what people might be saying, because obviously there's gonna be a lot of like, oh fuck the Delados, blah blah blah, but like,
Oh, the keepers are little scrumblers. They're so great at healing.
Yeah. Yeah, give me a perception check. Or sense motive again, your choice.
I'll do a perception.
Yeah, they both kind of apply here.
Judge Scrimbler.
He's been here the whole time! Why'd it roll twice?
No, you
Oh,
didn't.
that's my... For some reason it said it rolled twice, but that was just
No,
my
that was
roll.
the sense motive from before.
Yeah.
So you are listening pretty closely to the crowd. And there are some whispers of just like, it is the Blue Jay and 11th Hour's fault the keepers weren't even present on the docks. Like, maybe we could have gotten some healing faster if they hadn't been ousted out. And then there's some talk of like how people were just trying to defend themselves. I mean, it is a bunch of pirates around here after all. And looking around with a 22, you start to notice a lot of the people that were affected do dress and look most closely to pirates in some capacity. There are definitely a couple of stragglers, like there was like a giant, for example, that started swinging, but there's also some civilians that were hurt. But a lot of these people, at a quick glance, if you didn't know better, you could probably proclaim to be pirates in some capacity.
Pirates specifically, or just more lower class compared to other people?
I
Like
wouldn't say
dock workers.
like there's definitely some dock workers as well, but like you look at some of these folks and they've got like the big tattoos and like clearly have seen a hard life on the seas, very specifically from like maybe a saber cut on the arm or missing an eye from combat and things of the sort. But there is at a point where Deletta is raised up by Emperor Nice to basically give her a pseudo stage, and where she begins to kind of try to calm the people down, and she explains that she's not running, that she is here with them and she will do what she can, and she announces that there will be a far better cooperation with the keepers. But she doubles down and says, we are not rejoining the coalition. Truly believes in it, but it's very clear that we can't ignore possible allies in these trying times. And then I will give her a diplomacy check. Beep, beep, beep. It comes across all right, but it's still trying to beat all the rumors, all the naysayers. It's a hard
You
crowd,
can only
especially,
do so much.
and also like some people interpret it the wrong way. They're like, "Oh, of course she tried to turn this into a political stunt," and it's just like, it like as you're walking, just balling up your fists, going, "God damn it!"
These
Yeah.
people are so stupid.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of shit that gets said that makes Mace think, God damn it, but not right now. We got shit to deal with.
You gotta keep your cool. You're going to talk to your evil not dad.
Yeah, you actually hear the gate to the east open up as a couple of individuals come walking out. You see that Rivaldi is quickly getting a coat on as he makes his way out, and then stops and sees you. What's happened?
We're
No
here
one's
to give you
given
an update.
Good.
Probably turn around, go back to your office.
He looks back at the Blue Jays. Move. And they immediately step to the side, and he very quickly walks, and he doesn't even look back. He's like, you better be following
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, we
It's
are.
so funny if we just left. Go back to your office.
Go to your office, and then you turn
Locks
right
him in there.
A true chaotic neutral move.
This is
I
how
want
we
no involvement.
This is how we defeated Armella. Locks it from the other side.
Or should I say, Conrad Rivaldi?
Yeah, Conrad steps in, and he's like about to sit down and then realizes, no, that's unnecessary, and just kind of lightly puts a hand on the side of the desk. Well,
There's a bunch of people who died down at the docks because the individual who's been pursuing us basically tried to kill us again. Leonard Hunch is dead. His head exploded.
I'm sure you're thrilled.
He looks over. Oh yes, I'm positively ecstatic.
Yeah. As far as, based on what Maze observed, it seems like he was actually the original target. And all of the other deaths, I can only assume, were meant to stir up enough chaos as to disguise it to not look like an assassination, but instead a random, chaotic murder fest. But about a dozen people were killed.
He just takes a very deep sigh and taps his hand on the table a couple of times, thinking. And we're assuming this is the same individual you had been mentioning in your testimony a few days ago regarding Diletta's assassination attempt.
We assume as much, unless there's somehow another person with a similar description who also wants us dead.
No.
Though Occam's razor dictates that it's probably the same person.
Do we have any information on them? Besides being, I believe your testimony was invisible and a gymnast.
They're spellcaster of some stripe. They seem to have mind-affecting abilities. They're able to teleport to a certain degree.
Maze, did you get to see... You had the... I guess Nash also. You got to, quote-unquote, see them up close. Well, you would have seen them for real, Maze, right? What did they actually look like?
They were wearing a cloak, and they were pretty significantly far from me, and after an attempted brain explosion, I didn't exactly get a decent look at them. I tried to snag something off their person, but there was no such luck.
I see.
Maze thinks for a moment. Give him the benefit of the doubt, huh? We're reasonably confident it was a woman, though.
A woman? Well, that does help narrow it down. He sits there and thinks.
Stop. Maze used ice to stop them briefly. Shoe and hand size, very small.
Yeah, it could simply be a guy with very slender hands, but it looked like a woman's print to me.
Well, it's certainly a starting point. Thank you.
Can I ask you a impertinent question?
He thinks for a moment and then just looks at you. Doesn't say anything.
I'll take that as a reserved yes.
Gestures with his hand, go
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Like as if you fucked up here.
Yeah, alright, asshole.
So, to be perfectly honest, you... After our initial meeting at the, discussing the matter with Astrofel Blackthorn, I wasn't sure what to make of you, but I would have had a hard time trusting you. I didn't feel that you were being entirely straight about your reasons for opposing us. I felt that you were holding back on information, and if I'm being completely honest, you have a very ominous and intimidating air about you that, doesn't lend itself to being naturally trusted by new acquaintances. But that's why I feel like I have to ask and give you a chance to just state for the record. I think I might have been wrong. I get the sense now that maybe if you were holding back, that it wasn't for sinister motives, that you genuinely do want to protect the city and the people that live here. and you just feel that you have to keep a lot of things under wraps in order to do that most effectively. But am I right? Can I count on you that you'll do everything in your power to stop something like this from happening again? I'm sure that you didn't have any love for Mr. Hunch, but I want to assume that you wouldn't have wanted to see him murdered in the street, much less alongside a dozen other innocent bystanders.
He pauses for a moment. While I would have loved to have Hunch hang for his past crimes, Pride presented a reasonable case, and you helped provide excellent evidence as to why that would be a poor decision to act so rashly. I was impulsive in my interest in dispensing justice, and thankfully I was halted. That being said, his death is unfortunate. He was a free man. He didn't deserve this. And obviously I want Leviara to be safe. I live here. He just gestures vaguely. My wife loves this city. I love this city as well. And it is progressively getting more and more dangerous as we continue to have petty squabbles with one another. And this individual continues to stir the pot, it seems. We have no idea what their goal is. We have no idea who they're affiliated with. All that we do know is they are interested in shaking us up politically, and as proven, is being rather successful. Now, I know you don't approve of my belief in having the Keepers here, but I hope that it is more understandable why. We need as many people as we can get right now to rely on.
Maze side-eyes him. Curiosity, what would you give to make sure this city's safe?
What is necessary? Why? Do you have some bargain, Mr. Myers?
No, I was just wondering if you were going to give me a half measure on that answer or not.
Was that sufficient?
I got my answer.
There is like a small twitch in his eye. Of this, like, don't you fucking play coy with me. I'm Lawmaster.
Alright, Lawmaster, say you'd give anything and I wouldn't be coy.
Can I make a paranoid observation based question here?
Turns to you. Doesn't say anything again.
I shouldn't have asked because I'm going to ask it anyway. And this might just be me reading the room wrong. Are you afraid that something is going to happen? Are you like... The way you talk sounds like you're afraid that you're running out of time for something.
Give me a diplomacy, or... Yeah, I guess diplomacy would be the best course of action.
These twos,
today.
man.
We're
Yeah.
getting these twos.
It must be Tuesday.
Tuesday. He looks over at you. Obviously, I am concerned something else will happen. He gestures behind him, and there's a nice window that looks out onto the ocean, and a little bit of some of the stone, and even some nice estates. Bad window to use. Leviara's not there. He turns back. We have been attacked again in less than a week. The previous attack, we lost some Blue Jays and many were injured, but thankfully citizens and even Delata herself was fine. Whoever this person is, they have become impatient, and they have raised the stakes yet again by getting innocent involved. But my concern lies with something else. And he looks at all of you. And it involves your determination to enter Blackthorn Manor. As if we don't have enough problems right now. Is that sufficient?
It'll have to be.
I think for the immediate term, we're gonna do everything we can to make sure that this person doesn't get a chance to strike again, whatever their goals are. And even if the end was more keeper presence in the city, I think everyone in this room can surely agree that having innocent people being killed in the streets is not the way to get there, right?
Obviously.
Okay. Well, we're gonna do everything we can to see that it doesn't happen again. And I hope if we count on you to do the same, maybe we'll be able to help each other after all.
He nods.
Just a question for clarification. Are you technically in charge of Emmett? Are you
looks
his
over.
superior?
I wish I knew.
What kind of answer is that?
You think I'm happy about that answer? Emmett being a part of the Keepers makes him a third party. He is not directly associated with Leviara. He is more directly connected to Errol, who we are no longer affiliated with. Meaning, the best to describe Emmett is he is more or less a very well-paid mercenary, but we didn't pay for him. He's just here now.
Okay, well then I suggest, Oh, do you have something to add on to that?
I think I might have an even better answer. He looks at all of you. Do I have the ability to order you around? I would say no. And I shouldn't. I can give you suggestions. I can provide you information I have. But I can't order you to do anything. If I could, I would have ordered you not.
Yeah, we'd have been out of here already, I'm sure.
He looks
I have
over.
ordered you the fuck out of here.
He turns over. No, because you have been helping this city. You helped on the docks. You've helped at the academy. It would be idiotic to remove you from the premises now more than ever. But
Well,
if I did have authority over you, I would forbid you from the Horde of House Herseth. But he just very lazily throws his hand out. I have no such authority, and I've made my opinions clear.
well, I respect that. I can see that you stick by your principles.
Well, with that in mind, my suggestion was going to be, it would be a really, really good idea if you were present at whatever meeting is going to be set up between the Portmaster, Pride, and Emmett, because they're forcing themselves to all work together, and I feel like you could, play a really key role in being the unbiased
Mediating.
middle point there. Yeah. Don't let him slime all over them, and,
He nods. Yes, that's good to know. I wasn't aware that they were finally collaborating.
Yes, it seems he used that last little bit of shame to, make it known.
Very well. Obviously, we will not have the meeting now. But we will set up a time to sit and discuss this. I also plan on maybe having some people... No, not maybe. I will, whoever I do have authority over, try to keep tabs on Keepers, and more specifically Emmett.
Appreciate that.
Do you know why he was up by Smooth as Silk?
He looks down. I had shared the information that was provided to me by Pride Lionheart about the Dream Drinker spiders.
Okay.
I felt it was appropriate, considering the keepers do also have secret keepers who are very talented when it comes to investigation work.
Damn, you really don't like her, do you?
There's like a moment where you see the beard twitch upward, and you could like maybe think it's a smile, but he makes very certain no, it wasn't.
Nuh-uh.
Nuh-uh. Cross his arms. Nuh-uh.
Redpath's gonna do it to him one of these days. This is the second time.
He looks over. While I dislike Armella Dulane, just to make it clear in the room who I hate, I will not act until I have proper evidence. I must admit, Emmett's, I guess, ambition is annoying. I had hoped he'd let it sit for a day or two. But so be it, I guess. But luckily, I guess that is in the back burner now. We have other matters to attend to.
All right. Well, if you want to get down to the scene as you were originally going, that's fine. I'm sure more people there would help reassure the citizens, but I think we can probably get out of your hair, unless anyone has anything else. Nope. All right. Hair status gotten out of. Thank you, sir.
Appreciated. He finishes putting his coat back on, and immediately starts making his way for the door again. Rivaldi stops here and just, without looking at you, he like adjusts the cuffs of his jacket. I'm sure you'd like to have one more last word. Have at it.
Just a small thing. Just for the record, I would do anything to protect the things that I care about. And I think you would too.
A marvelous last word. He gestures to the door.
Yes, a marvelous last word. He kills you.
We're all walking together.
Oh, it's one of those. I guess
power walks.
I guess that was predictable. It's not like we were just gonna go into the prison for some reason.
Unless.
Unless. I can arrange that.
If you would so choose.
Guilty of fashion crimes.
Yeah, Rivaldi walks outside, never hesitates for a moment. There are a couple of Blue Jays who are like, sir! And he just keeps walking.
Gone. That could have gone worse.
What a strange conflict.
I'm thinking about rolling some sort of after end of this whole conversation sense motive of just like a...
Yeah, good luck. He's a fucking stone.
He's a fucking stone, I know.
Yeah, you wanna know why I haven't been bothering? It's because he's a fucking stone.
Hang on. Maybe. The outside bet.
You used up a 16!
That was my
You
chance.
stole it with your -2!
Don't worry. Someone else can roll a 2, and then it'll be back in
I
balance.
stole
Alright,
it with my ice
Let me
breath.
get my 2s back. That's a sense motive. Let me just get that 2 back on the table.
Oh.
Yeah, see, there's a 2 in there.
27.
27.
Uni fish.
Yeah. Here, let me do. Oopsies. Okay. What you see is what you get.
Yep.
Sorry, I rolled a base
Nope.
19.
Yeah, no,
No,
there was no chance.
Hey.
Hey, there's a 5% chance.
Well,
Maybe sometimes.
He doesn't make sense. This information doesn't add up.
oh, it completely does.
I
Like
It
I said
makes-
before, he's whipped.
It looked, yeah, the tenor of the meeting that I saw, I thought he was the ringleader of this conspiracy, Now I'm wondering if there really is one, or if it's just this weird, uneasy alliance between a bunch of people who don't actually like each other very much.
It looks
Well,
like a...
you could tell what his you could tell what his reaction was to the idea of mercenaries being the only things that were available to help him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he seems like a man with really strong convictions, which is why it's confusing to me that he seems to have built a pillar of compromise.
Well, when you only have compromise as your building materials.
I suppose.
Okay.
Where did you want to go next?
Well, I think now that we it looks like Rivaldi is genuine about wanting to protect the city and not being thrilled with the idea, even though he's in favor of the keepers being on staff, not really pleased with the idea of Emmett calling the shots per se, and not on board with the idea of staged killings as a means to that end. He doesn't have proof, he says, but I don't know how hard he's been investigating until now. I think we don't have proof either exactly, but given that they went after Hunch, there is an obvious suspect, right? I'm not crazy?
You're not crazy.
No.
So maybe it's time we had a frank conversation there as well. I would have said it was risky because of the possibility of our suspect running for cover behind the Lawmaster, but I'm not sure that they actually have that option.
Am I wrong? Did you guys not get a ring off of the body?
We did.
Okay.
We did, but I assume you didn't just happen to have a spell prepared for trying to locate its owner.
Not locating an owner, no, but
Yeah.
we know where she usually is.
Well, yeah. But not that I think it will be hard to find them. More that we'd have to wait.
The confirmation of who
Yeah,
is who.
if
who
we
the owner
wanted to try and establish more evidence, then we would need to rest first for spells.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know that we have the luxury of time.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might just be time to put the squeeze on.
All right.
I hate to cut in.
Mm-hmm.
It does seem that we're going to have some very important business, and I don't want to distract from it, but I have a personal matter that really does need attending to now.
No, of course.
Is it something you need help with?
No, I think help would just confuse the matter.
So, should
One
any of
moment.
us...
I'm going to poke you a few times before you go.
Should any of us really be alone right now, though?
You know what? No.
You don't have to, no one has to tag along and insert themselves into your social interaction, but having a second person to keep an eye out, maybe?
You can certainly come with me. I wasn't going to stop that. I fully expected it, frankly.
Well, I think I want to go to have a chat with our runaway friend, but...
They not weak if it them.
Exactly.
Don't want to do that without most us there.
Yeah, that's why I do need to apologize yet again. I would just move past it, but considering my near-fatal experience today, I'm no longer in the mood to pussyfoot around.
Good man. Okay, poke.
I've got to get these things set up.
Also, maybe tell Duchess things.
Yes,
Yes. Do you want me to be a runner over to the hotel and yell at them about what's going on, about everybody involved? Yeah, I think I should do that.
I mean, if nothing
Okay.
else, you could ask Duchess to see if she could get, any help, because, this is a bit much. We keep getting caught with our pants down.
That's a very good idea, too.
I don't feel good doing our thing with Horde and just having no idea what happened here. You know?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
And last time we went off in the middle of a magical shenanigan, all of us were impersonated.
Okay.
So, can I get a specific of who is going where?
Redpath will be going back to the hotel to inform the squad.
Okay. Does anyone tag along with Redpath, or it's fine if you don't? Just curious.
Someone should.
Maze is going elsewhere, right? You're going to...
I'm going
I
to
think-
the art of it all.
Are they on
Yeah.
their way?
Very. If you wanted to take the long way.
No, that's fine.
Because you gotta remember that the siren song. Let me siren song is here.
I'm not seeing the ping. Hold on.
It's not a ping.
Oh,
It's
okay,
just
gotcha,
arrow.
gotcha.
And
Oh,
then
okay.
the art of it all is over here.
Oh, so not
I
at
see.
all
No,
on
no.
the way.
It's
Okay, and where's
Okay, and
Smooth
if
as
that's
Silk?
the case, I'll walk Maze to the art of it all, and then I'll walk up to the other place.
sure. Smooth as Silk is based on these maps.
Oh yeah, that
about
works
here.
perfect. We can all go to drop Maze off, and then the other two drop Redpath off, and then the last two of you go over there together.
Okay.
I suppose.
Okay, so Maze goes to art of it all,
Yeah, it's just a Z.
and then
Easy peasy.
easy peasy, and then Nash and Dia. Whoopsies! I don't want to grab the trail. Oh God! I just wanna
No.
go-
Nashtia and Embernice.
Nope. And then you two are going up here to Smooth as Silk. Okay.
And then I assume Maze and Redpath can both be catching up as soon as they are done with their respective business.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see here. So we'll start with Maze, I guess.
You got it, boss.
All right. Let's see here. Ping.
Good luck, buddy.
Ah, my friends came. Fuck off.
Yeah, no, I'm getting them.
Fuck off each
That
other.
I was getting them ready before. Yeah, Maze, you come in. It's very quiet in here. It isn't until you're pretty keen-eared. You can hear a door very slowly open, and then you see someone very tentatively peek around the corner.
Emerge from a tomb.
Oh my God! Okay, it's girls. It's just Maze.
Yeah, I would imagine you guys are feeling kind of concerned about what happened today.
Yeah, we don't know what happened, but we saw a lot of people running and hooting and hollering. Boy, what a ridiculous way to describe a terrible situation.
Yeah, I'm now sort of underselling it, but yes, hooting and hollering.
Yeah, and and it's not long until you see the door creak open once again as two people are poking their heads out just to like see. You do see that like Marigold has like an easel at the ready, and then Pure has like a chair.
Marigold, get him.
You guys can put those down. Everything's calm for the moment.
Oh, hey Maze.
Hello.
Hi Maze.
Hello.
Victoria kind of like walks over and looks you up and down. Are you all right? Like, I know you in the 11th hour are just really gung-ho about finding danger. And she's just like kind of examining you just to make sure. I have some potions. I keep them just in case, you know, because art gets a little wild sometimes.
No, I'm all right. I took a bit of a beating, but I've already been patched up.
Oh God, your ears. Oh, ew, what happened? Oh.
It's not worth getting into. It's not polite conversation.
Oh, all right.
So I didn't swing by here just to inform you of the coast is clear, but the coast is clear. You can come out.
Oh, does that mean my brother's okay?
Yeah, your brother's fine, although I think he's getting closer and closer to a heart attack by the minute.
Oh my god. Okay. Do you know where he is? I need to go check on him.
I don't think he'd appreciate it right now.
Fuck.
Things
Okay.
are very scary, and he's already done plenty of worrying about you.
Yeah, you see a lot of guilt just hit her.
Yeah, well, you should probably feel that, frankly.
Okay, well, I guess we're gonna go back to my mom's house, I guess. Or I guess I'll go back to Pride and I's home and just kind of get things ready for him so he can just relax when he gets home.
That makes sense. I'm sure he'd appreciate it.
Yeah. I'm not going alone. Marigold, like, wraps an arm around Pierre. No, obviously, no, come with me.
No, as well you shouldn't.
You'll be fine with Maze, Victoria. I'm sorry, I have to go. No, it's fine, dear. Just go. Go, 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 go. And these two run out. Well, thank you for coming on by to check on us.
Yeah, no, of course. I did I did maybe come by for a different thing. I wanted to speak with you about something.
Oh. If it's an art lesson, it's a bizarre time, but...
No, I'm afraid it's not that fun this time. Is there a space where we could sit around here?
Well, I guess...
Sit on the modeling bench together. Sprawl across it.
She's like, no, I guess, well, if you want. She walks on in and pulls the chairs out and is like, okay. Like, something like this? Is this what you had in mind? Like, I don't really...
Sure, I'll be honest, I was hoping that you had chairs that weren't these wooden ones. They're okay, I guess, but like...
I know. It's budget. She throws her hands up and just like, instead of using the stairs, just scrambles up.
I'm surprised.
Very unladylike.
Yeah. Alright. Apologies. The chair was really for you and not for me. And I apologize again, but I'm not really a master of tact or subtlety here, so I'm sort of going to approach this with the brute force nature that really I should have done it to begin with, because I don't really have time to do otherwise anymore.
Okay.
I'm your son.
There is a very long pause as she studies you.
I would have mentioned it sooner, but I wanted to get a grasp on the situation first.
I don't... this is a very bizarre joke. I don't have a child.
Maze reaches into his cloak and pulls out the slip of paper from the hoard of House Hersef. I'm afraid it's not a joke. Just, or not in the conventional sense, just a cruel joke that life likes to play on you sometimes.
She takes it and she sees her name. And, she swallows hard, looking at the paper, just studying this name over and over and over again. And she looks back at you. I'm sorry. I just need a moment to think here.
By all means.
And
while you're thinking, I suppose I'll go through the motions here a bit. This doesn't have to be anything. We're strangers to one another, and I don't really expect that to change. But you're the only person who can really give me details about my past that previously I didn't care about, but now suddenly seem a lot more important to me.
Her hands are just shaking. And it's you get the feeling that she's listening but not listening. It's not to be rude.
Yeah.
And she's just mumbling to herself, just this name is associated with someone else entirely. I can't. I only had the one. And she looks back at you. How old are you?
170, but I don't really have the wisdom that comes with all that age.
She actually falls out of her chair and like backs up against the wall. Please don't kill me.
I don't plan on it.
But if you're that old, then you know what. There's no point in even hiding his name. Cornelius and I have done. Like, we are not good people, and I thought you were dead.
I'm not really good people either, to be honest. I don't know how much blood you have directly on your own hands, but on mine it's quite a lot.
She has like a very small smile's wrong, but it's a pained attempt at levity. Well, you know how we are. We need to eat. And you see that her eyes shimmer to a kind of reddish orange, actually.
Oh, that's pretty. Maze thinks that, but doesn't say it out loud because it's wildly inappropriate.
Yeah. She stands up and she's still got her back up against the wall. She kind of dusts herself off to be like somewhat presentable. And she's moving, not in an attempt to escape. It's more like, maybe if I stand here, I can like take this hit better.
Maze, at the notion that she's concerned about murder, has just started making a show of having his hands nowhere near his pockets or his weapons or anything of the sort.
You notice that she actually keeps her hand, because you've got a keen eye for this as an assassin, or a trained one at least. She keeps her hand close to the side of her leg. If you had to guess, she has at least one knife ready.
Yeah, Maze notices that. Were you worried that something like this was going to happen someday?
Not from family.
Like I said, we don't have to be family if it makes things less complicated.
No, it's not that Fuck! God, I haven't cursed like that in centuries! She just covers her mouth. Mace, you have to understand from my perspective. My life is just running. That's all it is. That's all I ever do is just run. And so when this gets presented to me so suddenly, someone who I thought was dead, I thought you burned, and I thought that was it. We never tried for family again because we can't, or at least not with Cornelius. And, well, it's probably pretty obvious he's not your father because his name's not on the slip of paper.
No. No, I think I would have gained more from my undead heritage if he was my father, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh my god. She just like flops down on the edge, head in her hands.
I obviously recognize that this is a particularly selfish thing for me to be doing.
No, it's not. It's just I thought I'd buried this centuries ago.
Clearly you did.
I thought I did. And you're really not here to kill me.
No. That would be ridiculous. For one, Conrad would have my head.
Yeah. That's true.
But for two, I haven't learned a whole lot in my 170 years, but the thing I'm starting to learn more and more is that the scum of the earth are the people who need the most help. Because nobody wants to give them a second chance or forgiveness, but everybody is supposed to get a second chance. Even if they don't deserve it. I didn't.
She just puts her head in her hands again. Maze, do you have any idea the extent of damage Cornelius and I have done?
Yes, I've done a fair amount of snooping, I'll be honest. A lot of it seems to be ousting out entire groups of vampires, right? Throwing them to the wolves to save your own hides.
She nods very slowly. I don't want to make this about me, because that's... What's more important is that you're even here.
It can be about two things.
How generous. Well, Whoa. Where have you been?
Well, I suppose you have as much of a right to questions as I do. I've, by and large, been in Errol, though occasionally I would leave the city in order to fill out various contract assassinations, and then I would go back to Errol, and not do much of anything, to be honest.
So, you did join the Silver Hand?
Join is a word to use for it.
I mean, I guess it makes sense. She kind of, like, thinks for a moment. Right. I guess I should clarify. As it's already clear, Cornelius is not your father. He can't be. He's... I shouldn't have to say this.
You don't have to.
Just don't tell anyone about what we really are. It's not a threat. I'm not threatening you. I would never threaten my son.
Like I said, we can just be strangers.
I don't know if I want that. I need to think. Oh my god.
No, I don't plan on telling anyone about this. Though, admittedly, given where I got this piece of paper, someone does already have their suspicions about it.
That makes sense. Okay. Well, long time ago, boy, I make it start off like this is some beautiful once upon a story, once upon a time. Cornelius and I had finished probably our greatest trick yet. We would go across the country and rob people blind, time and time again. We'd steal money, items. We even stole land just to see if we could, and we succeeded basically every time. And a little under 200 years ago, we had moved to Lunk, if you even know where that is.
Can't say I do.
No, you shouldn't. It's awful. She like has a little cheeky smile. It's far north of here. It's in a little It doesn't matter. I'm not giving you a geography lesson. She just kind of waves it off. But anyways, very easy to replace nobles there because no one likes them and no one really knows them, but they still have power and money. So we took them over, and unfortunately, someone figured out our little trick, and they went to the Silver Hand. And they hired an individual by the name of Cillian Laverty. Cillian was not like most Silver Hand. Most Silver Hand will go in the dark, slit your throat, leave, call it a day. Well, as you may know, living with them now, that's changed over time, but Cillian was the first to have a silver tongue of the group. And he met with me, we bumped into each other in a market, and oh, what a coincidence. Oh, we have so much in common. Started sweet-talking me, and we hit it off really well. It started as an act for him, and it eventually bloomed into something a bit more. Now, obviously, this is terrible of me. I'm supposed to be very faithful to my husband, but when you're alive for hundreds of years, you want to branch out a bit more. Well, Cornelius found out. A little late. She smiles. And he was eventually captured, and I had you. And kept Cillian locked away until I actually had you. So I spoke with him and apologized up and down and whatnot. And your due date was essentially the determining deadline for what would be done with the two Lavertys. Cillian and you, Lucian.
Oh my god.
Raises an eyebrow. Not what I would have picked.
Well, I'm sorry. She kind of like, it's the first time she has like a full hearty laugh. I mean, I felt like you would maybe grow into it. I don't know. Fuck. Oh, twice. Good for you. Look what you've done.
I bring out the
it's not your
worst in
fault.
people.
No, you're not doing stop.
I bring out the worst in people. When you saw me at birth, you were like, this is a fucking Lucian.
This is a Lucy.
And she brings her hands together. Well, the Silver Hand is very cooperative. They rely on one another like family. And it took them a while to figure out where Cillian had gone. And they tracked us down to Lunk as well, where he was being held. Cornelius was going to give the order for both Lavertys to be executed. He said it was a tie we could not maintain because how would we hide it? It was hard enough to create two identities, and especially with a mortal and someone he hated because proved my unfaithfulness and that I was a liar. Cillian was killed. But before you could be taken, I tried to run with you, and the Silver Hand attacked the castle and razed it to the ground. And in our skirmishes, I was separated from you, and I nearly died, and before I could try to reach out to you, Cornelius grabbed me and carried me away. So I assumed that you had died there. But it sounds like the Silver Hand took you in and did anything for you, unlike me.
They weren't the greatest to me. It had its highlights, but mostly just one highlight, really. Still, all of that stuff happening to me did eventually lead me to you, so... Not the best route to a reunion, I'll admit, but it's better than nothing.
Maze, I'm so sorry. I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't even try to look. I just assumed. And so when you marched up here and you dressed similar to how old Silverhand dressed, and then you tell me who you are, I really thought that maybe it was for revenge, and she actually stands up and puts her hands at her sides. I would not blame you. Because I let you down.
I don't really know what to say to that, to be honest.
Okay. She just like puts her hands together like, well, I don't know what to do now.
I know I probably should be angry at someone, either you or Conrad or the Silver Hand or someone, but I can't figure out who. So maybe it doesn't matter.
You can be mad at me if it's easier.
That wouldn't be easier. Every time I spoke to you, it just showed me how great life could have been. I couldn't hate you. It would have been beautiful.
She nods. Oh my god, the things we could have painted together, the things we could have sculpted.
Like I said, life pulls cruel jokes sometimes.
It does. But we can always do our best to fix what awful joke they've given us. I mean, just because the punchline was bad doesn't mean we can't follow up with a better one. You know, it's basic improv. Someone bails on it and someone can maybe salvage it.
Yeah.
But
this whole scenario is exactly like improv.
It is. Why are you doing this to me? She just like claps her hands together again.
Because I think it's funny. I think it's so funny.
Well, are you all right with? And she just kind of holds her arms out and is like shrugs. I don't know.
Sure.
Just a sure, huh? All right.
You don't really know what you want. I don't either.
But I don't want to close any doors.
Yeah. Me neither.
Oh my god. She just like holds you very tight, and there's a moment where you're like, huh, because it's vampire strength coming out, and it's a mom who hasn't hugged her child for 200 years.
Yeah, no, it's understandable. Maze moves away.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right. I'm sure Conrad won't be thrilled to hear that I am alive, so I was going to make a point to not bring this up to him at all.
God, no. I love my husband, but please don't. And I won't either, but I don't want you to just disappear into the shadows again. That's not fair to you.
Well,
It's not fair to me.
Life's not fair. We've already been down separate paths so long. I don't want to die without ever seeing you again, but it might happen, or it might not. But I have so many important things that still need doing.
She just kind of looks down. I don't want you to change your life for me. And unfortunately, I can't change it right now. I can't change my life right now. But please promise me, she just takes her hand. Please don't just walk out that door thinking life is unfair and then leave it at that and never come back.
I wouldn't want to do that to you.
She smiles. Good. Because I don't want to do that to you either. Oh my god. Just puts her hands on her hips. Big old bombshell, and I can't tell anyone. Oh my god. Just like.
Yeah. Again, cruel jokes. I'm sure it would be juicy gossip.
Oh god.
But, I'll leave you to your business. You'll have to forgive me if I don't make a point of coming back here. Like I said, there's a lot of important things that need doing, and I wouldn't really want to draw any of it to you unnecessarily.
All right. I understand.
It's fine. We'll have plenty of time to see each other again.
She smiles, and she just gives you, like, one more hug.
Alright, please let go.
Sorry.
This is what you missed out with a mom.
We'll both work on that part, I suppose.
I'll work hard.
I'm sure you will. Maze starts to leave and frankly really doesn't want to. This is, pragmatically speaking, everything he wanted to accomplish, but fuck! No! God damn it!
Yep.
Come on, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. Don't turn around, don't turn around, don't turn around.
Don't turn around, Orpheus. Don't do it.
You step around the corner.
Lawmaster!
Mr. Myers, what are you doing here?
I was just checking on this place, making sure everyone here was all right and knew they had the all clear to get out of here.
He studies you very closely. I'm going to GM roll something, and then can you give me a bluff check?
Yeah, sure.
As Rivaldi studies
This is
you.
gonna be great.
Better
This
get
is
that
gonna
bag
be
of
great.
screaming ready, mate.
I'm rubbing my hands together.
Will having Conrad on the GM layer, like...
Okay. Rivaldi looks you up and down. Alright.
Alright. I don't know why this had to be a confrontation.
It wasn't. Just keeping an eye on you. That's all. And I appreciate you checking on my wife.
I was sure you would come by, but you never know.
You never do. You hear a door open and like there's like the sound of like a hug.
Hmm.
And you don't catch
Yeah,
anything
you know how
else.
hugs sound. Clang, clang.
Yeah.
No, well, okay, you can hear when people embrace.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It's not like you don't hear like an elephant noise or something. Like,
No. No.
Clown honk
On
noise.
this episode of the Ebon Ward, we've chosen to randomize all the sound effects.
All of the Foley.
Maze, as you walk out, you hear a telltale sound as he reaches the end of the hall.
Yeah. Maze hustles out of here thinking, you know what? Another win for pragmatism. Glad I didn't stay.
yeah. I think the only thing that you do here is, why are you crying?
What did he say to you?
Why indeed? Bye.
You're optimistic. Your mom's a hell of a good liar.
Maze,
Oh no.
Maze taps his own eyes. I wasn't crying, right? I wasn't crying and didn't notice.
I don't know, were you? You tell me. I'm not going to force it on your hand.
Actually, quick question. Can you describe what Maze's emotions are? I'm sure they cap out at about a 5 out of 10, right? But, like, are you at a 5, do you think?
So considering how Maze's main objective here was to try and clear out the mental cache and be like, the thing that's nagging at my mind needs to be dealt with, so let's deal with it. It was supposed to reset it. It did not.
Oops.
Redpath is sadly walking up the street like, oh. Well, shit.
All right.
Nosy cleric status.
Gossip.
Wow.
No, that's right. You could status it. Oh,
No, I
sick
just
bastard.
passively feel it all the time.
That's all.
Uh-huh.
So, good old Redpath. Nope, not everyone is here because I didn't
We're
know
having
if people were
breakfast.
We're having breakfast.
No, no, are you there too? Yeah, let's see here. I will get some different music playing. Where is her theme? Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, Redpath, you come marching up the stairs. And you can hear some talking in the other room.
Am I gonna snoop? I think I'm gonna snoop. Just for a second.
Okay. You snoop, and you can hear Duchess kind of... You can hear her gripping her cane very tightly, like the material is actually like squeaking under her fingers. Matriarch, I hate to ask this of you, but the situation has escalated here in Leviara. Can you please send reinforcements? And you just hear, dear, obviously, you don't need to be embarrassed about this. I've only just gotten word of how things have gotten rather, well, wild over there in Leviara. I'd heard about the Portmaster, and I assumed with you present that would be enough, but it seems it's gotten far worse. I apologize. This is... It's a little more
door.
than...
It's pretty fucked up.
Oh, yes, Redpath, hello! And you see
Hi, Granny.
in the fireplace, Matriarch. And Duchess spins around. Yes, it is. I don't think sending a large crew is a good idea because it draws too much attention. I couldn't agree more. Not to mention, if a mysterious boat shows up with a lot of people on it, we're going to have more problems. And besides, this individual, they seem rather tactful in how they're dispensing this chaos in your city.
Oh, just one moment. Are there? Do you know if the other people are they next door? Are they out? Do you know?
Duchess looks over. Oh, right, Garen and Andrin. I'm pretty sure they're in now.
Oh, okay. One moment.
Yeah, you go knocking on the door, and a familiar big man comes walking on up and opens it. Redpath, you all right?
Yeah. How you guys doing? We're having a little chat over here. If you wanna come and join for a bit. Hi, Andy.
Andrin looks over her shoulder. Hi, Red.
Oh, are you okay?
It's just, I I heard what had happened, and I wanted to go help, and I forbid her.
Yeah, no, that's probably a smart move. There's some shenanigans going on. Come on over. We're having a big group conversation.
She kind of huffs. I could have helped people. I can heal. I know you can. But I don't want you to get directly involved. If people see you, they might recognize that you're a keeper as well.
Oh, yeah, that's a whole thing.
You know that Garen's thinking about something else and not just that. And they come marching on in. Garen, like, stands at full attention.
Yeah.
He's got his arms behind his back. Like, if he wasn't just in his regular, like, fishing attire, he'd look pretty scary. But no, instead he's just, like, proper stance. Matriarch looks over. Oh, hello, Garen. Hello, Andy. And Andrin gives a little wave. Right. But as I was saying, considering things have been escalating so much there, I don't think it's wise to send a large crew because this individual seems very tactful in their chaos and how they're sowing it. They might use it as another opportunity. But if we send a small crew, well, maybe they can sneak on in. Well, sneak is the wrong... I don't want to cause more problems. They're not sneaking. They're coming on in through the normal means.
Okay.
Duchess nods.
Not chomping your flavor.
Duchess nods. No, I understand. If anything, I also need them here because someone needs to essentially fill in for the 11th hour while they are investigating the Blackthorn Manor. And Garen looks over his shoulder. 11th hour, huh?
Oh,
Cute.
It's a little cute, actually. Like, it's a little, like, silly, but...
Redpath's trying to downplay how this was his idea.
Listen, shut up, Maze in my brain. Shut up.
That's both ways, Redpath.
In the brain that says mean things to me.
It's me, Redpath, the PS5.
Speaking to me from inside my mind.
It's just like the Dia in Nash's brain who says to get the fries. It's the exact same thing.
Matriarch looks over. I've got the perfect crew for it. I think you've already met Eliza Brisk. Yes, she's very kind. And Andrin perks up. Oh my gosh, Eliza's wonderful. Oh yes, she is. I'm sending Eliza with her crew for the Drifting Sunset. So you can expect Paulina, Locket, Pearl, Melusine. I'm also sending in Helga, I think is a good idea. Maybe... Tetra draws a lot of attention. She's very big.
Well, you know, she wouldn't really stand out too much with all the fire giants here.
That's true. So if you'd like, I could send Tetra as well. Duchess looks back at Redpath and then turns back. I think that'd be wise. I think that's a more than sufficient crew to send. Happily. I'm sorry, it's going to take a couple days just because boats. But I'm already given the order down to those girls. They are already getting their ship ready. And yes, they will follow your orders, Duchess. But they serve me, whatever, but you're on the scene. It doesn't make sense for me to hold authority over them when I'm not present. It's ridiculous. It's silly.
Duchess, did you forget that
I'm around? Mom is the authority.
Duchess, did you forget that I'm one of the reasonable ones?
Yeah, you get the feeling Duchess forgot that, and Duchess even adds on, sorry, I guess I'm in the habit of our wings kind of working independently. Yes, and that was stupid for a very long time. And look at how much people have accomplished in uniting as of recently. Listen, we know in East, a crew comes together and we fix things together. The moment we start doing our own things, sails start rolling up, it gets lost in the wind, people fall over, people are drunk, that's why I don't have alcohol. That's a tangent. But anyways, in any case, this is important. You need to keep me updated, though. That's all I ask. Make sure that my girls are all right. And I'm going to be busy anyways with the rest of our ladies. We're probably going to venture over to Behemoth. Not me personally, but... And Duchess kind of tilts her head.
Ooh.
Why all the way to Behemoth?
Whoa.
Well, things are getting a little tense. With all the hubbub that's been happening here in Errol. It's been traveling over to Behemoth. And I'm talking before any of this stuff happened, okay? I'm talking about what's happened with the keep and whatnot. Just that information starting to get over, and how the coalition is weakening. And Behemoth, who has been interested in the possibility of maybe fighting back fully, or maybe even raising the stakes a bit, might use this as an opportunity to make their way over. So, we're just sending some folks over to try and just knock out rumors, put in the truth, and just calm people down over there. And she puts out a hand and has her big warm smile again. I know that sounds like a big deal. I'm very confident with the silver tongues we're sending on over that they'll be able to calm their nerves and make it just be drunken sailor talk. It hasn't gotten that crazy yet, but I want to nip this in the bud before it gets any wilder. That's good. Thank you for that. Especially considering what I told you before. Yes, the whole, looks at Garen and Andrin, who definitely don't know about Conquest yet. That thing you told me. Right.
Yeah,
but
that more or less sounds like what's kind of, it's like a macrocosm of what's going on here, because the plan moving forward, starting this morning after the incident, is that the Keepers are going to be forced to work together with the Blue Jays. So, this kind of working together thing, even though it's a little fake on some fronts, that's kind of the message we're trying to get out into the public to nip all these little propaganda fairies in the bud, you know?
Everyone nods without like, yeah, that makes sense. Right. Well, thank you very much, Matriarch. Oh, please, Presidio, Pres, Lux, if you really want. It doesn't really matter. Just, we're friends, Duchess. And you can call me Ira. Ira! Oh, it's cute. All right, yes. Ira, I will keep you posted as to the girl's position. Like I said, they'll be there in a few days. If you need anything else, please do not hesitate to call me. If I don't answer immediately, don't worry. I'm just pulling something out of the oven. I'll be with you in a moment. The Duchess nods. Thank you very much. Gives a very deep bow. All right. Goodbye, Redpath. Lovely to see you again, sir.
Bye-bye. Have fun.
Bye. Bye, Andy. And just hangs up, and Garen's like, goodbye. Fine, don't say goodbye to me.
Oh. Goodbye, Garen.
Yes, it's good.
No.
I jest.
Good jest. So, yeah. My recommendation is just all of you stay off the streets.
Yeah, Andrin looks up to Garen, and Garen just crosses arms. I think it's wise. Especially now more than ever. If they were to
I feel
realize...
like you've probably had a good few days out in that sun. I'd be annoyed by it at this point. I'd want to, like, chill out indoors more so.
Yes. Even regardless of that, as much fun as fishing has been, and I've been most successful.
Oh, really? Did you get anything really big?
I got a couple things. Just kind of nods. But,
Looks over at Andrew. Is he telling the truth?
You think my dad would lie? That's not, sorry, that came out as like a threat. No, I just meant like gestures. He doesn't, so.
This man wouldn't lie about fishing.
I would not. Fish fear me. Now then, I think it's wise. We'll remain here. If anything, it looks over to Duchess. We can play extra security for you.
That's a good point. That's a good idea.
What about you, Redpath? What are you going to be doing?
More or less the same as what the rest of the group is. We have a certain individual who others are going to be checking in with. The person we suspect of being the culprit. Who knows how that'll go? Dia and Ash are taking care of it. I'm here right now. I'll find Maze, and then we'll meet up with the rest of them, and, we eventually have to go to the Horde. Not too excited about getting burnt to a crisp, but,
Do be careful with that.
Why?
wish
Do you
I had-
know, do you know the horror stories?
I know it's dangerous. I don't really have any other information than that. I apologize that I've had no interest in robbing a bank. Andrew just leans on the table. Would have been kind of cool, though. I bet you could have gotten pretty far.
Mm.
Hmm.
He might
Well,
even have gotten past the incinerator.
Stupid.
Smelly boy.
Oh, right! If all goes according to plan, Maze is putting off a play with Matthias's help. You should all show up. It'll be funny.
Garen is about to say no, and Andrew's like, "Oh, that sounds fun." Shame that Maze wrote it, but fine. I still want to support where I can. Yes. Wouldn't that be fun?
Listen, it's supposed to be a comedy, so, like, if anything, we'll see if we can squeeze you in as, like, important VIPs or something. You might get free food. I don't know. No promises.
That I could get behind. Get me free food, and it'll happen.
Cheese.
Get me cheese. I want a healthy snack.
Dude, he's just like me for real.
Fez sits down on the bed and pulls out her notepad. I mean, boy. Okay. Wow. If you want, Duchess and I, while we were visiting the Laries, we did make a couple extra potions.
Ooh, what'd you get? Did you have fun?
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. We learned a lot, and if you don't mind, I want to wait until more people are here to kind of
for sure.
elaborate some stuff that we learned. But she pulls out a couple of vials and sets them down in front of you. She sets down 3 invisibility potions. And she also sets down a sweet talker potion.
Ooh,
which is the one that provides a +5 to charisma checks. I don't know. I don't really know what your plan is to get in there, and I know it's stupid to make 3 invisibility potions when there's 4 of you.
It's fine. Anything helps, really.
The time that we had, I don't know when you... I mean, we can make more, but we need more time to brew them up.
It really all depends on how this culprit situation is going.
Right. And I suppose it'd be wise if I stay indoors, too. Duchess looks over. No offense, Fez, but...
You kind of stay indoors most times anyway, right? Like...
Fez, like, wiggles. Yes, but I thought it'd be wise to ask anyway, so I didn't look like I was coasting here. Which, I won't lie, I'm glad I get to just stay here because it sounds like it's crazy out there. And, she puffs out her chest. I'm a very capable scholar. I am not good at combat, and I feel like I would have died 3 times over by now.
Oh, yeah, no, I feel like if I'm gonna have to walk by myself. I don't want to get bet up in the streets. Oh, fine. I'll run. No one will catch me.
Oh, boy.
Gosh, am I missing anything? Anything super important? Oh, I got a million little things rolling around in my brain. If there's anything super important, I will run back to tell you.
Sounds good. Keep us posted. And, Duchess is about to say that, and she's like, all right, well, I guess, sure, I'll leave it to the ex-judge.
Good.
Yes, keep us informed.
What does everyone want for dinner?
Andrin taps her chin and thinks, ooh, I want something fruity.
Huh.
The fruit here has been amazing, so I want to keep that train rolling.
Huh. Alrighty. I'll see what I can do.
Duchess nods. I must concur.
Looks at Garen when he's walking out like, ha ha.
Yeah, Garen's like, yeah. He doesn't show that in his face, but you get the feeling he also goes, ha ha.
Actually, 1 second, Garen. Can you, secret talks, come here.
Yes, it's not rude to do at all. If you'll excuse me, thanks to Redpath.
Boys only! See? I saved it.
Boys,
He's gonna scoot here like whisper.
He's like, yes, no women. What do you want?
Where have you guys been buying your food?
We've been picking up food from various stands. I've been trying to keep an eye on which ones. I get a feeling that a lot of these various vendors have been procuring blood harvest in some capacity. I don't know how long, but Andy has brought it up once or twice, and I thought it was just a fluke the first time. But the consistency of it has become concerning.
I see.
I'm sorry I didn't bring this to your attention sooner. I wanted to do more investigative work before I caused a stir.
No, definitely leave that to me. That's fine. I appreciate you even bothering to keep an eye out about it.
Despite my best efforts, I cannot escape this plot.
I'm so sorry, honestly, I am.
It's not your fault yet.
Please understand I am trying so hard.
Oh, I know you're trying.
I'm so tired.
He, pats you. I understand you're trying.
I just wish you were succeeding.
He keeps his hand on your shoulder. Are you alright? I know I don't need to say it to you, but no macho man bullshit. Are you okay?
Hey, look, I know you're a pussy, but, level with me.
That's not what he said.
I know! Lamp!
Wouldn't say that!
I'm just saying, not up, alright? I'm honestly fucking miserable right now. I feel like I'm going to fall over any minute, but kind of the adrenaline is keeping me going, so I hope I sleep really well tonight. I have a headache that could split open a mountain.
He's just gonna use lay on hands on you. So 25, remove disease, remove blindness, fast healing 3. So maybe it'll do a little something for you to keep that brain rolling. Doesn't solve it.
Oh, it's nice and warm and tingly actually. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna go.
Very well.
Sorry, the way Will read that out was those L+ ratio things. Fast heal 3, plus remove disease, plus remove blindness, plus I cherish you.
As Redpath leaves, Garen, not a full-on yell, but louder than he normally talks. Redpath, remember, you are important too. Keep yourself safe.
Yeah. Damn it, now I can't trip down these stairs and then fake a sprained ankle for the rest of the evening.
Garen just lets the air snort out of his nose. Yeah, whatever. Don't yeah me. You done with your boys meeting? We are complete with the boys meeting. I only require one of you in here. Andrin, we're going to do a puzzle.
Oh, lucky!
Heckin' yeah! Wait, do you guys want to come along? Andy. I mean, that sounds kind of fun. And they all join Garen and Andrin.
Girls' night.
Yeah!
So this
Girls have girls' night, boys have boy meetings.
This is what Pride was talking about.
I understand.
It's incredible.
It's transcendent.
I've set up an Outlook appointment to concur with my boys.
Boys, are we ready? Good. All right, and then Nash and Dia, you're going to smooth as silk.
A quick aside, since Maze and Redpath are meeting at the middle somewhere, it was when Maze sees Redpath, just, how do you sleep at night knowing you have a mother who's worrying about you?
Listen, man, I could have had 2.
Oh, yeah, that'd be worse.
He's actually gonna when he says that, he kind of actually reaches over and pats Maze on the shoulder.
You gonna make it?
I'll be fine.
Are you sure?
No.
No? Alright, lean on me. Listen, pretend you're midday drunk.
Yeah, that's far more dignified.
Being a miserable sop? Yeah, of course it is.
Perfect.
All right, let me move you guys to smooth as silk.
I think before we head in, Nash does a quick survey around real quick to see if there's any I think the thing he's looking for are any mysterious puddles, because the ice has probably melted at this point, but they did have their feet stuck in ice.
Oh, what?
So any mysterious puddles of water that shouldn't be around or anything like that.
Yeah, give me a perception check to kind of peek around. Okay. Yeah. You do find, as you're
Learn
going
from the
with,
masquerade thing, going through doors with
No.
it's actually pretty hard to spot immediately, just because as time has gone on, puddle would probably dissipate at a certain point, and people walking through crowds and whatnot would probably make it dissipate. But you do notice that there is this bit of water that is kind of on the side of the building, of smooth as silk, that goes through a window.
Bitch, you went through the window?
Nash points this out to Dia,
Oh.
Look,
Hmm.
it's not normal at all.
And I'm assuming from how you described that, Will, there's no long trail of wet footprints leading up to the side of the building. It just starts.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hey, chat,
all
clip
right.
that.
So yeah, I think as we're getting up here, Dia has done one thing as we've been going, which is she took the time to take her original the trace that she took of the handprint, and she has just made she has traced over it a couple more times so that we have a few more copies, and she'll hand one to Nash as well.
Okay.
Yeah. When we get here, I think she's just gonna quickly call up Redpath on her crossbow, boop, 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 and just say, "Okay, we're about to head in. If you
Maze, there's
don't,
something ringing.
if you
there's-
don't,
I
yes,
hear a sound. What is that? Maze?
It's Dia. Hold on. Yeah.
Yeah, Redpath doesn't have one.
Right. Yeah, no, I got that switched in my brain. I was like, now Maze doesn't have one, so I'll have to call.
Hi, Dia.
Hi,
You've reached
sorry.
Maze. What's going on?
Sorry, I got mixed up for a second there. Maze, we're about to head in. I mean, get here as soon as you can. Nothing's gone wrong yet. It hasn't had time to, but I have pretty high confidence in this hunch, and I really don't know how this encounter is going to play out. So I guess just if you don't hear from us within, I don't know, 10 minutes, assume something has gone horribly wrong.
Right.
And consider... Yeah? Hang on, Nash has something.
Oh, just want to say, did find weird water outside window. Pretty sure her.
Yeah, that seems pretty conclusive. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna hoof it.
Yeah. No, we'll stop our. We'll get there as soon as we can. Yeah, let's stop the drunk man topple. Boop.
Okay.
Should wait for them, or...
I think we'll have our best luck at pressing her if she is as rattled as possible from the encounter. And so I think we ought to go and give her as little time as possible to compose herself.
Okay, you take lead.
Sure thing. Yeah, if you can, wait just a little bit away from me, but not too far. And if I suddenly turn to attack someone, you know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she'll throw open the doors and stride in.
Yeah. You come marching on in, and you see Armella immediately just chitty-chatting with a random civilian. Yes, no, obviously. I think this is totally your color. I wouldn't doubt that for a moment, dear. Yeah, just give it a try. Try the dear. She immediately just walks away from this woman. Who's like, all right, well, I guess I'll try it on, and just walks away.
Hi. I did not make another appointment, but I felt I had to come back as quickly as possible because the situation has escalated, as I'm sure you're well aware.
I have been hearing whispers of things, though no one's really given me a concrete answer as of yet. It sounds like there has been some sort of mayhem on the docks, something of the sort.
Yes. So I might have given you the wrong impression earlier. I'm actually not... When I can, I prefer not to talk in circles around things and be very oblique and observant of decorum. I was choosing to operate that way while we were speaking earlier because, it's your house, and I thought I would pay you that courtesy of playing it on your terms. And you were doing my hair, which was not very nice of you. But,
It was not very nice of me?
No, I said it was very nice of you.
Oh, I heard a not in there. Please proceed.
But, so I might have given you the impression that that's my normal way of doing things. No, I much prefer to just be very direct. So, let's not talk around this, please.
Oh. She gestures. I suppose my office, then?
Why don't we just step to the side so that we can talk, and we don't have to shout or anything.
All right. Off to the side. Well...
Perhaps by these lovely pastels?
Yes. Sure.
It's going to remain in eyesight of Nash and not go to a secret back room.
She stops here. Is this private enough in the middle of my building?
Sure. We can talk quietly. I'm sure you'd want to be out where people can see that you're hard at work and available.
Hold on, go near these pastels. We haven't had a scene over here.
Oh. I guess we could do
Whatever
that.
you say, maze in my head.
So, now that we're in a new piece of scenery...
Yeah. So... Lenny Hunch was murdered.
And
so were about a dozen other people. In an attempt, I can only assume, to make it less clear that it was a targeted assassination by involving many other people. What were you thinking? You were on the hook for, at most, inciting a single incident of smuggling, maybe indirectly being responsible for a few scuffles and a bit of property damage at the docks, and you thought this would be less obtrusive?
I'm sorry, am I picking this up correctly? Are you accusing me of something that I have no involvement with?
I mean, it's obviously, this is out of character. Obviously, it's a foolish notion, but I will attempt to sense motive.
Okay. When she says I have no involvement with, you can tell it's a lie.
Yeah, no shit.
I have no involvement in.
What are you talking about? That wasn't me. That was my twin sister, Armella.
Okay, so let me be perfectly clear. I'm not here to... You have nothing to gain by protesting your innocence to me. I'm not here to take you in. I don't have the authority to do that, and that wouldn't be my first choice anyway. You don't
Protest
have...
my innocence. I have done nothing
You don't-
wrong.
Okay. You're
No,
drawing
I will
attention.
not be hushed in my establishment You come marching in here and have these brazen accusations, and she's like poking you in the chest.
Dia's going to reach out with her non-Addis hand to start with. She's going to put a hand on Armella's shoulder. I am trying to help you. I'm going so far out of my way. What?
People are starting to look over like, hey, what's going on?
But I have to know, what were you thinking?
About what? You keep on making these accusations, which are not very specific about them. Are you trying to get me to say something? What do you want me to say? Should you write it down so I can read your little script?
Armella.
Dia.
Do you imagine that the arrangement you have made with Lawmaster Rivaldi renders you immune to consequences?
She looks at you very, very passively. What possible arrangement could I have with the Lawmaster of all people? I told you myself, we have no discussions with one another. The man's far too busy for someone such as myself, trying to keep our city safe, though it would appear he is failing.
Now who's reading off a script?
So funny. We've had no discussions with one another. Flash to the secret hidden room discussion.
I'm trying to make you understand. Okay. You understand that the Lawmaster cares first and foremost about protecting the citizens of Leviara, right?
Yes,
and you understand that anyone who either themselves or through an agent staged such a brazen mass murder in broad daylight. I know that you consider yourself an essential part of that whole scheme, given your ability to disseminate and collect information. But do you really think you're that indispensable? Do you really think he's just gonna let you off the hook for this?
As if I would affiliate myself with such murderers.
You're not gonna let this out of your teeth?
I have done nothing wrong. You come marching in here, no evidence. You create a stir in my establishment, trying to ruin my good name, which is like getting everyone to look over, like, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing, Armella?
Which one of us is raising our voice, Armella? Which one of us is creating a disturbance?
She actually kind of shoves you a little bit. I cannot believe you. I don't care how much money you've spent in my establishment. I'm not going to pamper you with these ridiculous notions.
You don't want... You really don't... You're just gonna keep digging?
I've done nothing. Can you give me a fort save?
Uh-oh.
Okay. Oh, I saw that 17.
Quack.
Cool. That is a failure. 50 damage.
Holy shit!
Yeah. And Nash, you can see it. The ears just burst for Dia. Losing her footing for just a moment, head is just rattling. And there was a moment where Armella, what happened? What did that? What is going on?
Okay. Man, okay. What are we doing here?
She like actually falls back.
No. I'm gonna can I guess I'll try again. May I sense motive? Is this part still an act?
Yeah, give me a sense motive. This bitch is still lying.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, yeah.
You had a shot.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Dia regains her footing for a moment. She's just going to, blood streaming from her ears. Oh, sorry. It didn't update my bar for some reason. It still shows as like full on my screen.
It's updated.
Okay.
Here, I'll move you.
Yeah. No. All right. Whatever. Yeah. Dia just kind of like winces, and the blood streams down the side of her head. She steps forward. I'm trying to protect you from the consequences of your actions. If you want to go to the back to talk, that is fine. But seriously, this is the last lifeline I can throw you.
Her eyes are moving frantically at your ears. What happened? What did that?
Oh my god.
All right. I think, okay. Well, what's it time for now, then?
Tia, I don't know what happened!
Okay. Stop talking for a second. Alright. I think...
Wait, I think... One, Redpath knows that Dia took a shit ton of damage just now, so that's good at least.
Yes. Okay. I think, I would like to... let's see. Checking my spells real quick. Honestly, I thought she'd be a little more reasonable than this, but I guess I was asking too much from fucking Armella. Alright. I mean, if she wants to teleport away, she's free to teleport away. I don't have anything I can do to specifically stop her, but I'll tell you what I am going to do. Now, did I, just real quick, have I witnessed at any point any sign of spell casting?
You haven't seen it.
Okay.
But you do, like, Maze probably informed you that when he felt his head nearly explode, person had no movement whatsoever when it happened.
Yeah. That makes sense. Okay. I think, I would like to, Dia's going to request of Addis to reach out Platinum Arm and just firmly enough to silence, just like grip her by the neck behind here where there's not a clear view from other people before she can like stumble further back.
Okay. Let's see here. Let me roll that for him. It's pretty fucking high. Yeah, no, you grab Armella by the throat, and now everyone's like, oh my god, like stepping forward, like, you can't do that. And Armella looks down at you. There is like genuine fear in her eyes. I don't know! What do I need to tell you?
I think, Dia's just going to, also, wait, is she still able to speak? I was trying to basically get her in a little chokehold so that she stops screaming hysterically.
I think she might hurt it out,
It's like the last thing she's getting out.
Okay. I think, oh, jeez. Man. Why you gotta be so rude? Alright. I think Dia is just gonna calmly basically march with her toward, when she was like, oh, do you want to go talk in my office, did she indicate one of these doors?
Yeah.
I think it's way back here.
I thought that was like a closet or something that she got stuck in before.
She gestures to the, like, back.
Oh, okay. So
My
I have
office, or, the murder closet.
The murder closet. Okay. I think Dia's just going to march with her toward these doors then, and see if we can walk through.
Okay. Yeah, no, you start pushing her through.
I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not going to do anything to you. But please stop acting hysterical for 2 seconds.
She is kicking and just throwing her legs all over the place. You get the feeling that this is definitely out of fear at this point. And she is muffled screams into Addis's arm. You can kind of sense that vibration.
Yeah. Oh, geez.
And I will say there is one thing that you do notice. No, actually, yeah, just keep going.
No, actually. You're Dia. Who am I kidding? You don't notice anything.
You don't see shit.
Man, do I have any spells for calm a bitch down? I'm looking.
Would Maze and I probably arrive soon?
Oh, yeah, we can have you guys starting to pop in.
Nash is essentially like making sure that another mass hysteria event like at the docks doesn't happen, and also to be here to direct Maze and Redpath to the situation.
Redpath is just gonna bust the door down and yell out, "Everyone get the fuck out now!"
And there's good people, I'm cutting hair. Like,
get out!
Yeah,
investigation!
I'm not going to have you roll anything. You guys are the 11th hour. They know you at this point. And let's see here. This person's also come running out. And for sake of convenience, I will just GM layer these people. Beep, boop, boop. The receptionist, I'll go too, I guess.
Yes.
Okay. And she runs out.
Yep. Dia's just gonna, in here, she's just gonna walk over and kind of sit down with Armella on this couch, still hand clamped firmly over her mouth. She's just gonna whisper, "All right, like I said, I'm not here to do anything to you, but you've crossed a line, and things are gonna escalate out of control if you don't get some help. Do you understand? The people that..."
She is full on weeping at this point, sobbing.
I know I've done it already. I guess. Just confirming. She's still acting, yes?
She's still lying.
Okay.
Nash out in here basically just like points to this door, walks forward and is like, she trying to lie.
Here.
Lie, okay.
I'll give you, you know what? I think I have a way for you to establish, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that you are innocent in all of this. Does that sound appealing?
She nods.
Okay. Dia will take out the piece of paper with the handprint traced on it. Can you just set your hand in this real quick?
She does.
Okay. Does it or does it not match?
It is like basically identical. Like obviously you're going off of a trace from like the watermark of something, so like there's a little loosey-goosey room, but like yeah.
Okay. Yeah. She folds it up and puts it away. Okay. So here's the problem. That means that you are actually guilty. And also that we do actually have evidence. So now it is even more imperative that you let me do something on your behalf if you want to get out of this okay. I know you have a family business to look after. I'm sure you thought you were trying to protect it and your reputation by making sure that Leonard couldn't speak to anyone, but you went too far and too fast. Do you understand?
She like nods her head and she's still like mumbling, trying to say something through the sobs.
Okay. Are you acknowledging what I'm saying, or aren't you?
It's kind of hard to get a read at her at this point. Like, she looks basically exhausted from this like a situation that she's never encountered, where someone roughhouses a noble, seeing like all the crazy shit going on around here, and then being severely interrogated, like not aggressively, obviously, but to her, this is still like, I can't believe this, and she is just emotionally distraught.
Okay. So, do you think we should go to the Lawmaster? Is that what you want?
She like nods.
Okay. You want to go see the Lawmaster? Do you want to plead your case to him? Do you think he's going to be particularly forgiving of the dozen murders?
She like kind of shakes her head.
Okay. I'm inclined to agree with you, actually. I think you have a read on him. So, how are you going to make this right?
She is just sobbing because, like, again, she's like in a chokehold. She can't like super.
Yeah, I know.
talk.
I know she can't actually respond. She's gonna ask the question anyway. Okay.
Armella? He's just gonna lean over.
Yeah. Thea will open the door.
Are you in control right now?
She nods.
Huh.
Okay. I should also
I
make.
would like to cast Enchantment Sight.
Ooh.
Enchantment sight.
So this is the same thing I had going on at the school. So this will tell me if she's under any enchantment or compulsion or anything like that.
Interesting. Okay. Is there any roll that needs to happen, or does it just happen?
This.
I'll take a little spin. A spellcraft check as a move action to determine the highest level spell or spell effect.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess you need to give me a spellcraft check.
Okay, so that is a not too high level spell. So
Basically, you can tell at base if they are under an effect, but to get more information about, like, how high a level it is, or, like, anything specific, you have to make a spellcraft check.
Oh, dude, guys, we reached a milestone today. Redpath finally has 10 int.
Oh my god!
Wow,
Let's go.
Oh my god.
Good job.
Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, this bitch is lying.
She begins howling.
Okay. I should make
sobbing.
I should make something entirely clear, because I know you're a fan of antics. So am I, in fact. But if you run away from this right now, which I believe you still have the power to do, things aren't going to get better for you. There's exactly one way for things to get better for you from this point on, and it's by coming clean at least to us right here and right now. Are you willing to do that?
She shakes her head.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's either us or straight to Rivaldi. Or straight to Pride. Straight to people who have a lot more of a stake in all the trouble you've been causing, frankly, than we do. I know you probably don't care for what's happening right now, but the reality is we're outside parties here to do something essentially unrelated, and the only reason this is even happening right now is because you've been harming people that we care about. Okay?
Yeah, why don't you give me a diplomacy check?
D20 some? Yeah, okay.
Remember, this is a very stubborn woman.
Yeah.
Okay. She just keeps crying in this hand, and just keeps going, I haven't done anything. I didn't do that. Please.
So does she look like she wants to be saying any of this?
I don't think she wants anything that's happening.
Well, obviously, yeah, but like...
If you want, you can give me a sense motive.
Because she's obviously lying. We know she is lying. But, God damn, these fucking rolls today.
How's about I try? I haven't
Yeah.
thrown my hand to the ring yet.
I've calibrated my bitchometer.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could try.
Sorry, it's my... I meant my bitchometer.
Yeah, you try too, buddy.
My mod's not as good, but...
Ah, slowly ascending the staircase.
Ballpark.
She's still lying. She is determined.
All right. Let's try this. What guarantee can I give you that you will be heard out fairly that would put you at ease to speak to me honestly? Because I have to, like, I'll be honest with you, we're kind of at the end of the road here. If you're determined to just shut down and curl up in a ball under the misguided belief that that is going to improve your situation, then there's not much more we can do other than take you straight in.
She just like doing her best to talk. I don't know.
All right.
Mace,
Mm,
frisk her.
sure.
Carefully, I might add.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, give me, I guess, sleight of hand or perception to just kind of like check her for stuff in case she's
Sure.
trying to hide anything.
The sleight of hand is better.
Where would I...
Yeah, man.
Oh, cool.
Maybe you should roll 1d20 plus 16.
Yeah, no, that seems like a good idea.
Roll 1d20 plus 16, thinking emoji.
Maybe.
Okay. You examine her person, and you're able to find like a fair amount of gold on her, which is not too terribly
Yeah, not
surprising.
surprising.
You do spot that she's also got like a magical belt, and examining that a little closer, it looks to be the sort of belt that would assist with kind of like base acrobatics or flourishes. You get the feeling it's mostly just so if she wants to really dramatize something, she can do it better.
A sort of gymnast's belt, if you will.
She also has this beautiful little bangle on her that, looking at it quickly, Dia, you're able to determine that should she so choose, she can change outfits pretty quickly with it. It's alter garments.
No, you don't say. Does
Yeah.
out of curiosity, do I know whether that item pulls the alternative outfits out of hammer space, or are they just like swapped from somewhere else close by?
It can be either or. Looking at this one, it looks like it's cheaper to get one that would grab from a nearby area rather than just hammer space. Just because like creating a dimension like a bag of holding that's a little more difficult. So
Do I have a sense of whether this is a cheaper one or a more expensive one?
looks like she's skimping a little bit. Not too surprising for a Dulane.
Okay. I think Dia will lean over to Maze and quietly whisper, "Look for the cloak."
Sure.
Could I cast another spell while they're frisking her?
Yeah.
Sure. What are you looking for?
you know, I'm just doubling down on this, because even if there's nothing going on with her in the direction I think there might be, it will still help us just in case she goes nuclear. I'd like to cast Suppress Charms and Compulsions, so you guys get a +4 on anything that explodes. So that includes her if she is trying to resist some sort of effect right now.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool.
I think I might have Nash just do a quick check of the building.
Yeah, absolutely.
To see if there's any people who are
Man,
still in here, any second invisible gymnast,
what a great twist it'll be if you open a door and like Octavia's there in the
This is
cloak.
what I said last time as a joke.
Yeah.
All right, I'll reveal this. Looks to be a sort of very expensive dressing room, like for very particular clients who want to get more focused care for a commission.
Kind of like where they have things set up for brides.
Yeah, fitting
gown
like
fittings and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, brides. I thought you said they have it set up for bribes.
And Maze, the other thing you find is that with the little pipe that she has with her, it's not actual smoke, it's just mist.
Oh.
Looks like she couldn't commit.
I mean, that's fine.
Commit.
Smoking's a filthy habit anyway.
This is true. We do not endorse smoking.
No, one of the only smoking Ebon Ward characters, Armella Dulane. Don't do it, kids.
Let's see here. Redpath, when you get this far, can you give me a will save?
No, I can't.
Oh, actually, Nash as well.
Do I
Alright.
+4 on that then? Saving throw, yep.
If
Okay,
it's a
+4 on
charm.
this.
Yeah, if it's a charm or compulsion, we'll
yeah.
just roll our base and then.
You tell us. Oh,
Yeah,
for
you tell
fuck's
us.
sake, these goddamn rolls.
I mean,
Still pretty
it's
good.
fine. A 21
you-
is still decent for this level.
Oh god, okay.
Boy,
So you
I was
come
about to
in,
say goodbye to my fucking head.
and there is a moment where your head, like, kind of twists, and Nash, you're familiar with it. There's a flicker of going to this monochrome area with rainbow web for just a moment. But it's like flickering. Redpath, you see it too. And you do see in the corner is this old spider.
Oh, holy fuck.
It is like hunched in a corner, and it's like flickering. It's still that like absence of light black, and the color only like pulses through it occasionally.
Oh, try
Spider!
this place. Oh no.
Spider!
Back up.
boy.
Okay. Okay.
Well, that will
let's-
uncomplicate this situation, I'm sure.
Let's back up for a moment. Okay.
Yeah, you guys talk a little bit before you hear Redpath yell, "Spider!"
I will also say, Redpath, with a passive perception, you do notice that there is a cloak in the top right corner of the room.
I do see it. Yep.
Does it? Well, I guess Redpath didn't see it before. Only Maze has actually gotten a visual on this.
Well,
I guess
describe it to me.
Yeah, I guess Dia saw it. Oh no, she didn't, because she hung inside the chimney, so she only heard those people at the meeting. So I think Maze is the only one who could actually visually ID whether it was the same.
Didn't we get
cloak,
like a
but okay.
scrap from it? Like a scrap of cloth? Yes, no, maybe so?
I don't remember. I
don't recall. Hopefully someone wrote that down.
It's fine. Maze
I
can
don't
describe
okay,
the color,
yeah.
if nothing
Yeah,
else.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Dia's gonna still holding Armella. Okay, we're gonna back up for a second. Nothing's about to happen. Not taking you anywhere.
Hey, look, there are people who I threatened their lives of mortally while they were in this position, and they wept less. So, maybe stop?
Do I shoot it? What do I do? Are we
Just-
killing?
Just wait. If we act, it might try to put us in the same place like dogs. And then we start doing things not want
Okay.
to. So we just tell
Okay.
others.
We can't. Okay, it's a living thing, and it's huddled in the corner of that room. You said.
Yeah, it's an old
big
thing.
sucker?
Old.
Yeah, we're basically talking into the crossbow thing, but from across the building.
Yeah.
There's feedback.
Yeah. Okay, Armella, are you aware of where you are and what is going on right now? Do you feel like yourself? Sorry, I legitimately couldn't tell if that was a yes or a no. Okay. Okay.
And you notice that she starts crying harder.
Are you aware that there is a big fuck off spider in your back room?
There is this like pause for a moment. And she kind of like shakes her head a little bit.
You're not. Okay. There is. And first of all, there is. Second, it is the same kind as we encountered at the docks. So, the good news for you, it's possible you weren't fully in control of your actions. But I'm gonna need you to be very chill for a little bit while we deal with this. Do you understand? Can you do that for me?
Awesome. Well, I trust you as far as I can throw you. So...
Lock her in there.
So, no, not lock her in there. No, I'm gonna shackle her feet together.
It's at this point in time, the doors blast open to the south. As a group of keepers and blue jays come marching in. The elite keeper steps forward. Right, what the hell is going on in here? We've got reports of people running out of the building. 11th hour, I guess. What happened?
Aye, there's a scenario. There's a giant fuck-off spider, much like the ones that we dealt with already. Anyone who's not essential personnel should probably back up a second. If some of you feel so entitled to that role, then stay.
Blue Jay steps forward in the back. We are here to protect this city. Whatever you need us to do, let us do it, all right?
Right.
Okay. Well, for starters, please make sure no one else comes wandering in off the street. And for seconds...
Make sure that she doesn't go anywhere, either in a hostile sense or as a civilian sense. We're unclear of her role in this right now.
That sounds good. All right, you head outside, secure the perimeter, make sure no one comes within 100 feet of this building. Understood?
Yeah, excuse me.
And these three go running out.
Yeah, Nash heard them come in and was basically ready to, like, tackle people to stop them from coming down the hallway.
Right.
All right, Maze, Nash, Redpath.
Yeah.
What's our plan with this spider? If we
kill the shit out of it.
Well, obviously, but how can we approach this to make it least likely that one of us gets got and starts acting crazy?
It tried to do that when we opened door already.
Okay, is the door still open?
Did we shut it?
I would say yeah.
I think when we backed up, we were like, okay, and shut the door again.
Okay. Can you remind me of something, Will? When I knowledged at these creatures in the past, these creatures aren't evil, right? They're just
they're not like actively malicious creatures. They basically do what they do to survive. They don't actively choose to do these things because it's fun or
it's just what they do to survive.
Yeah, it's what they do to create their silk, and it happens to have a really awful side effect to people.
Okay. Good. That's nice that the spider isn't evil. Bad that means protection from evil will not prevent people from going crazy.
Oh my God, Armella, you were replacing your spider. You're worried it was gonna die, so you got more. That's what you did.
Yep. Yeah. The elite keeper looks to you, Maze. Do you, this might sound stupid. Do you want my crossbow? Would that be beneficial to just shoot it from afar? I don't know what this thing is.
We haven't.
I mean, props to him for being like.
It seems unlikely that we're going to be able to get any sort of ranged damage on it consistently. It's probably going to lunge at us.
That's not true.
Yes. Maze holds up his finger. Still not true. No, stay armed in whatever way makes you feel most comfortable. And please get on her already. We have business to attend to. As many people as it takes to hold down a single Undine. And then anyone else who feels brave, come on.
I'm happy to assist. And as this secret keeper approaches,
Oh.
Of course.
you see just the side of their head burst open. Once again,
All right. Oh man.
yeah, this blue cheese like, oh shit, like backs up almost.
She holds out a hand.
Serious shit.
Yeah, she holds out an. Okay, back off, other guy. Dia is gonna. Oh Jesus. Okay. All right. I think it is now time.
God, what a situation! He has had this.
GMs just put you in situation.
Well, good
Yeah,
news. I was
sense.
worried that we wouldn't have substantial evidence to prove something was amiss. No longer a concern.
Yeah, Armella
right.
is just squealing.
Okay, then. God, I guess. Okay, so. Oh, jeez. See, here's my thing. If I knew that if I knew she was like just a Randy, I would probably just be like, I'm just gonna cold cock her and knock her out. But if she's like a 10th level head exploder, then she probably has an actual hit point pool, so I can't just do that. I think. Oh, geez. Okay. Can I attempt to transfer my just sort of like firm but gentle chokehold into like a sleeper hold and try and knock her out that way?
Yeah, no, it's at this point that Addis is even like, I feel like we need to neutralize her!
Yeah, okay, don't try not to deal any lasting damage, but yeah, get her unconscious as quickly as possible if you could, please.
I'm on it. And you can sense the arm tightening on her neck. And like it's a good little bit of time just because like you're trying to knock someone out through this.
While you're choking her to fucking death.
Yeah.
I would like to cast
It's
Blessing of
not
Fervor,
to fucking
please.
death.
Yeah, this Blue Jay actually walks up and is like, oh, these are sleeper bolts. Maybe it'll help.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, with her human arm, Dia will grab one and just like stab her in the thigh with it.
Yeah, you stab her in the thigh. I'll roll for her little thing. GM roll. Okay. Yeah, it's a few moments later where she's kind of blinking slower and slower until finally she just kind of goes limp in your arms. This keeper is like, I take this. He just throws the crossbow over to you, Maze. Oh my god.
She's not. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Dia's just gonna check. She is still breathing, right?
Yeah, she's still breathing.
Okay.
Right.
Just wanted to make sure I didn't fuck it up and just choke her to death. All right. Okay, yeah, Dia's gonna lay her down on the ground. Okay. Keep an eye on her. Let us know if she stirs. Try to keep her I think she'll be out for a little while. She'll grab a couple of these nice pastel shirts. We could have had a scene in front of the pastel shirts, Armella.
You ruined it! Having a scene in front of the pastel
You had to do things the hard way.
Oh, there
I'm
was
so
a scene.
sorry,
It was
pastel
just a different
shirts.
kind of scene.
Yeah, she's gonna take these pastel shirts, make a little makeshift pillow for Armella's head, just leave her on the floor. And then she's gonna come over. I assume this secret keeper is dead, but let's see.
They're dead.
Okay,
Awesome.
Let's see. Crit
They're
keeper.
donezo. Just the ears are good. Well, actually, hold on. Let me look at health. Oh my god. This secret keeper is bleeding out profusely from the ears, and you see this keeper running up. Are you okay? What? Ah!
Oh my
Fuck!
god. Oh,
Ah!
god. Oh god. Oh god.
Oh, she's alive. Okay, that's good.
TikTok! We don't know how long it'll be until that happens again!
Yeah.
Okay, no,
Take
this
care of
feels
her.
wrong, this feels wrong. Something is wrong here and I don't like it.
No kidding!
I'm going to cast Blessing of Fervor, so pick your faves,
Okay.
gang.
I love faves.
I don't have the best willpower among us. I think I'm going to stay a little bit back so that if this time maybe it'll be your turn, Redpath, who knows, but if someone gets
brain jiggered. I'll be here to try and keep you from doing anything you're gonna regret.
Yeah, same as last time. If I get brain controlled and go after Maze, murder the shit out of me.
I appreciate your willingness to get the shit murdered out of you for the sake of others.
Yep.
It's admirable. Maze, like, hesitates, like, just a little bit on touching the doorknob, just like, my mom would hate this.
Dia's real quick before we engage Spider. I think Dia's gonna step back over here real quick. If she's not sure what the radius on this is, but if these guys get brain blasted, it's entirely possible they'll start killing each other because they don't really like each other. So I think Dia is going to suggest, hey, why don't you take her outside where you've got your allies and you can heal her, and the Blue Jays will help us in here.
One of the Blue Jays looks back. If she's causing this, is it safe to bring her outside?
No, not her.
Yeah, her.
Her points.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
I understand. But yes, she motions to the elite keeper.
Thank you. And he picks her up, and she is still screaming, I can't hear!
You want to shout, it'll be fine, but you know it won't do any good.
Yeah. This Blue Jay looks over. I feel like it's a moot point. I have cuffs?
Actually, not a completely moot point. Sure, do it.
All right.
Yeah, if you can secure her wrists and her ankles, please.
Oh God, so much. And both of these keepers, or not keepers, sorry, Blue Jay come up and
had a fucking spider statue here the whole time.
Yeah, it's like their thing.
Their thing is spiders. This emblem is spiders.
Forgot. How could this happen?
Boy, it is true. You can put all of the. I even said outright in the beginning, the Tulanes are known as the Spider Family. They are.
No, listen.
I just 100% forgot.
Aram's just so good at RPing Dia's perception.
Yeah.
It's true.
The best part is like this emblem. Spider baby.
I know. Well, okay, so
Spider baby.
Some of the emblems look a lot more directly like the creature
Yeah.
they are. This just looks like geometry to me until
Octopus, 8 arms, spider,
You know what?
8 arms.
I think it's only appropriate. Yeah, let's make that in character. As you guys are about to engage, you bitch had a fucking spider statue here the whole time and I didn't notice.
Fucking bimbo.
Mace's reservations instantly go to like, right, I have to solve this problem because she's fucking not. Opens door.
God, I put this spider here. I'm like, is this too on the nose?
Too much.
Outstanding. Love it. Anyways, so you open the door. Maze, this is your first time here. Can I get a will save?
I see.
I mean, technically speaking, it's not my first time here, but it's my first time here now.
For today, yeah.
Yeah. Sure thing, boss.
+4 on that.
You're fine. Yeah, no, you're totally fine.
Yep, big fuck off spider.
Yep.
It just like, with its very weak legs, pushes itself into the corner more.
Alright. Mace looks over to Nash for his expertise. Do you think this thing has any fight in it, or is it just gonna curl up and die?
Nash, like, takes a look at it, you know? Think even weak. Probably strong 'cause old, you know? Like, magic strong older. So,
Right, well, we should prepare for the worst then. Alright, Maze is just gonna take out his gun hand and give him the 5-finger death punch, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright.
That'll go against his little touch and all that jazz.
Yes, it will. I don't have a macro for that. What is it? Let me see here.
Is this your dex
I
attack?
know what it is. I just need to actually figure out what it is.
I know what it is! Shut up!
I know what it is, I just don't know what it is. Alright.
Fucking Christ.
And against touch AC,
I think I hit him.
yeah, all of those will hit. So you can roll your 5d8 as you just.
Boosh! Oh my
Wow.
goodness, a decent 5d8.
You see the creature like sit up, try to do something, and then the bullet goes through. And against the wall, there is this beautiful array of color that then slowly fades to this lightless black, as does the spider that dies.
Ugh. Yeah, that was pretty for a second.
Well, I heard a bunch of gunshots. How's it going?
You hear one more. I'm gonna shoot the cloak.
No!
Don't destroy evidence.
I'm shooting the cloak.
Yeah, no,
I don't trust like that.
Yeah, just check to see if it's alive first. Yeah, shoot the cloak. No, I get
give
it.
me
I
an attack
respect
roll.
it.
Give me an attack roll.
Maybe she had an evil blanket. We don't know.
How many
It's
layers?
flat-footed.
The cloak stands up.
You hit the mannequin that's holding the cloak.
fuck.
The bullet goes. I'm trying to think how this works. It hits the mannequin, goes through the mannequin, and you do notice that despite the fact that it hits the cloak and goes through the wall, it doesn't like really damage the cloak itself.
Fuck.
Yeah, time for Dia's expertise. Dia!
Yeah. Okay. Are we good on the spider front?
Yeah, spider
Yeah,
dropped
it's dead.
dead.
Okay.
Yeah, Nash just kneels down, does a quick like, yup, this spider is dead.
Okay. Yeah. Dia will call out to the Blue Jays. Okay. I think things are gonna be all right in the back, but please keep an eye on her. Can one of you get word? Can one of you get word to Pride, please?
Yeah. Here, let me. This fine fellow reaches into their side and pulls a standing stone. Pride. Yeah, the 11th hour of doing things. Can you please come to Smooth as Silk now?
She shouts, "Sorry!"
You hear an audible, oh!
Okay, thank you. And she'll run back here. Scooch.
Points.
Okay, Maze, is this the cloak you saw the person wearing?
I don't know, is it?
Yeah,
I'm certain.
it's
Okay.
absolutely the same.
Yeah,
cloak.
she'll walk up and inspect. May I detect magic and spellcraft at it to see if I can?
Yeah.
If there's a deal. All right.
Yeah, there is magic on it.
Let's see.
Good
So,
roll.
examining this cloak, it is a cloak of resistance +3.
Ooh.
It also has an illusion effect, if you so choose. When the hood is drawn over the head, it creates a small layer of darkness to try to obfuscate the appearance. Not perfectly, but enough to like make you kind of question. The other important thing is it modifies the voice.
Okay. Yep. All right. Well, that's 100% conclusive. But it's not animate. You don't need to worry. You didn't. I'm kind of glad. Yeah, she kind of pokes around. Oh yeah, this thing's tough. Took the bullet better than the stone wall did. All right. Well, good work, everyone.
That can't be it, right?
Yeah,
Is
no, this all went too smoothly.
it- No.
Mace is gonna bag the evidence.
Yeah, no, you
Maybe
bag
some-
evidence.
I mean, maybe sometimes things
I'm
go
gonna ping some
smoothly.
detect magics around.
Sure.
Yeah, let's see what other kind of bullshit might be the problem. There's gotta be.
So you detect magic, and you notice that a lot of the cloth in this room is magic in some capacity. You would wager it is due to the fact of the the Dream Drinker spider. Armella must go through a process that's been handed down by the Dulanes to remove the magical enchantment once a piece of clothing is complete, because otherwise it would raise some eyebrows if people were like, I say, your new shirt is releasing evocation.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Looking around, there's like these scissors are also magic in nature, probably to be able to even cut through the thread.
Makes sense.
The mannequins are enchanted. They have transmutation. Examining them, it seems like they can change their physique to be more feminine, more masculine.
Yeah.
Just so, like, like you get the feeling that they get the measurements of someone and then they duplicate them on the mannequin to replicate and get as close as possible to the fit that the client requested.
Oh, and just a quick peace of mind thing. Did Maze recognize the sensation when he opened the door as head explode?
No.
No. Awesome. Head explode is still a threat. Fantastic.
Head explode is Armella.
The sensation you felt was the same as on the docks with the Dream Drinker, and the first time you came to Smooth as Silk when you locked Armella in the back.
Yeah, no, that all makes sense. Yeah, Maze swishes that around. Ah, I wish I recognized that sooner, then we would have had an additional lead. I guess it didn't matter, but...
Redpath, could you heal me for just a moment?
Yeah.
I got a little dose of the old head explosivo myself, and I want to make sure another one isn't enough to finish me off.
Yeah, here we go. Bonk.
Okay, thank you. Ah, yeah, that does feel better, and I didn't even realize how bad my ears were ringing until they stopped.
Oh yeah, you're gonna want to prestidigitate that blood away.
Is it more or less the same in this room? Like, there's just, like, magic cloth and shit?
Yeah, going in there's actually basically no magic. It looks like this has been disenchanted, because that's an actual word.
Right.
And so it's more readily available to be used by the general public, or maybe even be sold somewhere else.
Okay, gentlemen, you've been a big help. I am going to try to speak to her again now that the thing that was influencing her seems to be dealt with, but I don't want anyone else in range of... She gestures at the pool of blood on the floor. Could you join the others outside while you wait for Pride?
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah, it's fine. If she gets me with it once, I'll live.
That's certainly optimistic. All right. This Blue Jay, like, kind of elbows the gal with him. Hey, 11th hour. I think they've got this, all right? And Pride even said, I know, this is weird shit.
Pride even said, fuck those guys.
Fuck those guys.
Okay.
Nash is basically just, like, standing in the doorway, just looking at the spider corpse like it's about to get back up.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
You good, buddy?
Okay.
I think we're okay there. Maybe.
Okay. Dia's gonna fireman carry Armella back into the office and lay her down on the couch.
Okay.
She's gonna leave her wrists and ankles bound, but she'll go ahead and do her best to wake her up. She doesn't have a spell for it or anything really, but you know, she'll try to rouse her. Probably toss some wine on her face or something, I don't know.
Yeah. Let's change the music a little bit. We've been on scary for a while.
Theme of Betsy.
Theme of Betsy. These Blue Jays, they're like a little hesitant because they're like, oh man, I don't know about this one, Chief, but they respect you. They respect your orders and they head outside.
Yeah, we don't know about this one either, but you know, do what you gotta, right?
Okay, yeah. And try and wake her up.
Yeah, Armella slowly wakes up, and she immediately backs up as far as she can into the corner. Please, please, no more!
It's fine. Do you feel any different from our earlier conversation?
No! I'm lightheaded now!
Okay. I'm gonna... Okay, so you asked, like, you were very insistent. You wanted to know what exactly you were being accused of. So I'm just going to state, I believe you to be responsible for the murder of Lenny the Hunch, and indirectly the murders of various other people earlier today at the docks. I also believe you tried to explode my head just now. And it is possible, pending investigation, that those were not entirely your fault. But If you're not willing to admit to any of the actions that you've taken, then there is absolutely nothing I can do for you. And I can tell you that after searching your establishment, we have ample evidence to hand you over to the authorities, and you will probably be arrested and jailed and your family ruined forever. So please, this is probably your last chance. Tell me what happened.
I don't know. I am not working with anyone. I just.
Okay.
Nash, like, taps on Redpath's shoulder and is like, don't know, but when I got out of Spider, I didn't remember what I tried to do.
That's true.
Oh, that's true.
None of you did.
Okay.
Here, how's about we go through it beat by beat, all right?
We're solving a mystery here. We're not even accusing you of anything right now. We're trying to figure out what happened. So if you think of anything that you do remember, or that sheds any light on anything, please tell us. Because if you are innocent, then us finding the truth is the best thing that could happen for you. So, have there been any periods in the past, let's say, week, when you thought back and you couldn't remember what you had been doing during that time?
No. I have been myself.
That's unfortunate.
I see. I guess things have calmed down a little. We'll try again. I mean, I'm torn because whatever. I don't know.
There's not much I can do with that.
Yeah,
That's
no.
not.
It's fine. I'm in the room now, and I feel also like a try again.
Okay.
She, you can tell there's still some lies in there.
Of
and
course.
She leans forward. I mean, sometimes I lose myself occasionally, but
Okay.
Elaborate?
I don't know.
There's no danger now, okay? Just try to compose yourself.
But I'm dangerous.
How do you mean?
Just gestures.
Well, okay, but just now you said you hadn't done that.
I don't know
Here, why don't we...
what it is.
Give me a moment. Mace, what did you have in mind?
Oh, I had another line of questioning, but if you have something smarter...
Might not be smarter, but it's definitely simpler. Here, Armella.
He leans down a bit and he puts a bag to the side and he reaches in and grabs some things. He grabs out a little popsicle stick.
Can you open your mouth? Say ah for me.
Oh,
Okay. He's looking in the back of her throat. Is anything amiss?
give me a heal check.
God, these fucking rolls, gang.
Okay. She looks perfectly healthy. I mean, her voice is, or her throat looks a little red just from like screaming and crying. But outside of that, she seems to be in perfectly good health.
Okay, take a few deep breaths. All right, we're gonna breathe in for 4 seconds. Hold it for 4. Breathe out for 4. Wait for 4. Say you don't remember. What do you remember?
I remember leaving this establishment to do terrible things.
Because you wanted to, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Was there anything in particular that you felt like you had to do? Any particular terrible thing? Or was it just in general?
You've already seen the spider.
Yes.
We don't have to approach that topic yet.
That's just part of the business.
I needed them. Otherwise, the business fails.
Do you always remember being able to do that? He points to the bloodstain.
She, like, reaches up and grabs you. I don't know what that is!
Tell me, Armella. Did you go to the academy growing up?
Yes.
What did you study?
The academy, teaches more than just magic, so I learned some other traits. But I had a focus in just general magic.
Okay. Who taught you?
I mean, there's many teachers there. A lot of different teachers for various spells. I mean, you can learn evocation and abjuration from the Hairsifs. You can learn conjuration from Enrique. Doopsy specializes in transmutation and a little bit of everything else.
But you have no memory of learning to do that.
I don't know what that is.
Okay. Did you... But you are aware that it has happened around you?
Yes.
And conceptually, you understand what's happening, right?
The heads explode. I mean...
And when did it start? Can you remember the first time it ever happened?
I don't know. It's not long until, Nash, you can hear doors blast open from the south once again.
Yeah, Nash was waiting out here for Pride to come in because he knew it was going to happen.
It is also at this point that someone else comes running in shortly after them.
I was wondering when she was gonna get here, / where she was.
Octavia's like, Pride, please, someone said something bad happened here. Stay back, Octavia, we are assessing the situation. She's my sister, though.
Your sister's safe in back room. Don't worry.
Maybe stay exactly back there where you don't have line of sight to the horrific blood stain.
Yeah. She stops. I don't understand.
Right.
Octavia, please, just stay back. We are assessing the situation.
He comes up to, like, talk to Pride, like, and not have Octavia over here, and is like, they're talking to Armella in that room. There is, spider body in way back room. And he points to the, like, directions of those two things.
Well, as if we needed any more evidence.
So,
Yeah,
okay.
there are a lot. Even cloak they wore is there. Her.
Yeah. It isn't long until you hear the doors open once again. As Conrad, you've never seen this before. He is actually moving like running, runs into the room. I assume there are more details I should be privy to. Pride looks back. Lawmaster, we are getting things handled. Armella is in the back. Nash has just informed me that there is indeed a Dream Drinker spider in the back room. Have you found anything else here?
Yeah, well, Maze said cloak of the person he saw, also in room with spider. And, he gestures to the blood splatter. She did that to Secret Keeper.
They all look at the blood stain, and you see this one keeper like they can't actually cover their mouth, but like come up and like, crikey.
Keeper alive, far as no. Taken out for healing.
This is likely the individual we ran past. They're receiving medical attention.
Don't know if they talk her or find out more. I kept watch out here.
Lawmaster Rivaldi, like, pushes past Pride.
Nash talks into the crossbow thing to Dia. Lawmaster, come in.
Oh, this is all right.
Nash.
He can't stop the Lawmaster.
No, yeah.
Nash, you see for a moment, Lawmaster Rivaldi looks down at the blood. It's imperceptible to everyone else. He licks his lips and then goes in.
Yeah, all right, Psycho.
A little slurp.
Nash gets a little bit of a face.
Armella, like, falls back into her chair. Hello, Ms. Dulaine. So, what have you learned?
There's still quite a bit that's unclear, but it seems that the culpability is not as straightforward as we assumed. We're still trying to figure out what role the spider in the back room might have played. And we also don't necessarily have an explanation for what you saw outside. Armella states that it happens without her intending it, or at least without fully controlling it. Which, incidentally, that means it is on the table, could still continue happening to people in this room. So just, advising you of that risk if you're going to be in here.
Yeah.
I am confident in my health.
I have a hit point pool in the hundreds, you silly bitch.
There is
Looks
also
like character sheet.
there is also precious little doubt in our minds that it was indeed her doing these things. There's a lot of evidence, so if nothing else, her physical body did do this stuff. The head exploding, we found the relevant cloak, the spiders create an easy motive, etc., etc. It's just, those things mess with your mind an awful lot.
She like kind of tilts her head. Cloak?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I suppose we didn't ask about that. Maze takes the cloak out. Do you recognize this?
Yes.
I recognize it too.
Is it yours? Yes.
Right. Well, when
Have
I
you ever-
got a front row seat to Lenny the Hunch's head exploding, the person who did it was wearing this cloak.
Pride looks over at Armella, and you see him, like, put a hand on his sword. Not, like, to actually do anything, but like, bitch, you are not getting out of here one way or another.
Try and take a little comfort, Armella. I don't know how much your own guilt is in this. You are, after all, sort of a liar by nature, so it kind of makes it hard to gauge these things. But if nothing else, Lenny the Hunch was let out on similar precedent. If we can find the same precedent, you might be fine.
Lawmaster looks at Pride pointedly. Would you really let her go again?
Again?
Sorry, that's on me. Again is the wrong word. Let me make that abundantly clear.
Try again.
Let someone go.
Let someone. What I mean
Yes.
is let someone go again.
Yeah.
Would you really let someone go again under the same circumstances? Pride takes a deep breath and thinks about that.
Well, it's not all his fault. You agreed to it.
I did. I was pressured into it. And while, yes, the evidence that was provided was sound, gestures to Armella, who, flinches when Rivaldi throws his hand towards her. This is a different level. The damn spiders are here because of her.
Alright,
So
fair
even
enough.
if we are going to attempt, looks at Pride, who he doesn't flinch, but there is a moment of are we gonna throw hands, man? Even attempt to acquit this woman, I find that unacceptable and disgraceful to the people that have died because of this.
I think we're getting ahead of ourselves. There's still too many things that don't all perfectly align, and it's going to be difficult sorting out the truth from, well, yes, looks at Armella. Yeah, no, I can't sugarcoat it. Redpath's right. You lie almost habitually, and that has a negative consequence in situations like these. I really want to believe that aspects of this were out of your control, but it's really hard to know. At a minimum, we have to establish what is causing that, she points through the doorway, before I would have any degree of certainty in what was happening here.
Well, here's the thing. Here's possibly an easy way around that. She might not remember ever being able to explode people's heads, but I'm sure a little sister who she got angry at frequently might. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Rivaldi, very begrudging. You hear the sound of stone as he moves.
Excuse me.
Steps over Bloodstain.
You see Octavia,
Yeah,
flipping.
Nash came over to, keep her company, watch over her.
While you're talking with her, she's heard a bit of the conversation and whatnot, and she just leans over to you. I'm sorry, Nash. I knew about the spiders.
Oh, was it before you?
I mean, the Dulane families had those kinds of spiders for years and years. It's the reason we
It's
have.
golden goose.
It's in a sense, and we've always taken great measures to keep them in check.
What about psionic head explosions? Is that another family secret?
She shakes her head. No, I don't know anything about that. I mean, Dulanes have some magic, to be sure. I don't. I mean, I have really, sorry. I have some really basic stuff, like little prestidigitation, for when I need to remove eraser shavings, or if I make a little mistake when I write,
Okay.
We're gonna do the breathing thing too,
Deep breath,
right?
yeah.
Sorry. And she had mentioned to me about the eggs, and she promised it was the last batch, that we'd go clean after it. I didn't mean to be an accomplice.
Oh, baby.
It okay. Hard when family do this forever. Before you, before her.
I just... Really, she could be scary. And I know how important it is to her, and I didn't want to take it away.
Damn, she's got you fucked up.
Do you ever remember bad things happening when she angry? magically bad, not just emotionally.
She thinks about that. I mean, she thinks really hard. Let me roll something for her. I recall, like, sometimes she'd yell and, like, my ears would ring a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
What sort of parents were your, what sort of people were your parents?
I mean, they were business people. The fashion and connections always came first, especially with Dad. And Mom just wasn't around all that much anyways. Magic-wise, they had some, to be sure, like Mage Hand. Just little things.
How do you know how you guys kept spiders in check?
Usually, you just put them to sleep. Ironically, they're really susceptible to sleeping spells, and while they're coiled up, they just have lovely dreams of their own, and it's very easy to just pull silk out. It's a special trade that we learned years and years ago. They're exceedingly dangerous, to be sure, but as long as they're kept under check, they're fine.
What, do you know what woke it up?
She shakes her head. I mean, Armella, you know her. She just gets lazy sometimes. It wouldn't surprise me while I was gone. She just didn't do it right.
Maybe when trying to order new ones got distracted.
Could be that. Could be as simple as negligence.
I mean, to be fair, when it's awake, it does produce more.
Or it could be as simple as greed, of course.
She just nods. I'm sorry.
Thank you for talking us. Helps us get better picture of what's going on.
Of course. Is she gonna get killed?
No.
She's definitely going to jail, which is a win for a lot of things, but...
I understand.
It's so funny because the most likely explanation is that all of that is exactly to be taken at face value and genuine, but I immediately got, like, upsetty in my tummy when she came and was like, I'm sorry for being an accomplice. It was like, oh, that's what you say when you're actually the murderer.
You know what? That's fair. Could I do a sense motive? Because she's very good at crying.
I've played a Danganronpa.
Mm-hmm.
I've played an Ace Attorney.
It seems genuine. Like you see, like her mascara is just running down her face, and she, like, you see that there's a little bit of a sheen on her sleeve at this point, just from wiping her nose over and over. She's a fucking mess.
Yeah.
You want to sit down?
Okay. And she very, very shakily
Make you a little bed of pastel shirts.
And she plops down, and she pulls out her book and she just starts writing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Finally framed that stupid bitch for murder/terrorism. The world will soon be mine.
These idiots are even reading it right now and have no... Writes uh-oh.
Well, good thing for her, like, 1.5 of us know how to read. Not even. Like, one.
Obviously, none of that's happening. Instead, what she's writing is you like just a quick glance, Redpath. You can see that she is just doing the ledger. It looks like that is a way to calm her down, is to just have to focus on doing numbers.
No, that makes sense. Well, regardless of what conclusion we end up coming to, an investigation is going to have to happen, and Armella is a pretty significant flight risk.
Lawmaster Rivaldi looks over. I would like to bring her back to Hushstone Prison. We have a very high security cell that is actually filled with anti-magic to prevent anything of this sort of thing happening. We have a town of wizards, after all. We have to be prepared.
Makes sense.
I do have one issue to raise with that, though, which is we learned that another man who was a potential witness to the original incident of smuggling was killed in a scuffle in prison, and so was the person who killed him in a way that, frankly, looks extremely suspicious in retrospect. Or how confident are we that...
Lawmaster Rivaldi.
Yes. How confident are we that there's no risk of that occurring?
Lawmaster Rivaldi, he's got this very stony face of like, how dare you? And then he just sighs. I hate that I can't give you a solid answer, and you bring up a very fair point.
Thank you. I mean, yes, it's a serious matter.
Pride,
I'm not saying there's anywhere safer necessarily. I just think it would be probably for the best if she was kept in a situation where there was no plausible way for that to happen.
Pride crosses arms. This might take too much time to set up, but maybe not if we have her help. We have jailer ships we use for if we do happen to capture pirates on the sea. Maybe we could throw her in the brig on one of those, keep it as far away from Leviar as we can, while still being reasonably close to teleport and anti-magic it using Armella. Or no, Amaranth. Too many A names. Amaranth. We will not have her set up her own security.
Yeah.
Hey, gang.
Oh, guys, I swear I can't get out.
Hey, gang, I have an even funnier idea.
Yeah.
You know who has anti-psionic abilities in a cell?
Ew.
Karstock.
Put her in an animal store.
Animal!
Wow!
Throw her in jail
Actually?
with Betsy.
Wow, actually? Huh.
That's so fucking funny.
Well, Redpath's not in the room.
interest-
Dia, you can think of that. Maze is dumb.
That's an interesting
Yeah, it's
idea.
an 8 score.
Huh. Yeah, and it would be far away from Leviara.
Yeah, no, it checks all the boxes.
Wow.
It just puts
And they
him
even have an
personally in a bit of
aquarium.
danger.
She'll feel right at home.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so does anyone suggest that, or do we wait for...
Redpath, if Dia's not gonna say it, that's the
I
funniest shit in the world.
No,
Redpath
yeah.
would mosey up and suggest it.
I'll take credit for that idea in character, sure.
Alright, okay.
I'll shamelessly steal that.
Sure.
If it can hold a flying cow, I say it can hold Armella. Actually, it couldn't hold a flying cow, so that's not a good analogy.
It could
But
hold a flying cow now, I hope.
now that Karstock's paying attention.
Conrad and Pride look at each other and simultaneously, flying cow?
Yeah. Karstock
Yeah.
has a flying cow.
Lawmaster looks at Pride. Like I knew. And besides,
Why wasn't I told of this?
besides,
I want a psionic cow!
besides, what could a flying cow do besides flying? And Conrad nods. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Classic Lurie family. He kind of like cups his chin and thinks, you know, I'm not terribly opposed to the idea. How secure are these cells, do you think? And most importantly, would Karstock allow it?
I'm confident he would allow it.
We carry decent favor with him, and he's experienced with as many strange magical happenstances as you can come across.
I see.
Is that amiable, Lawmaster?
He nods. There's no sass in his voice either. Yes, I find that to be quite amicable.
Right then.
Dia kind of
Oh my god, she's going in an animal bed.
crouches down just a little to be like closer to eye height since Armella is sitting on the couch. Okay, so I want to state for the record that I think you are genuinely frightened of the head explosion and the lack of control, and I know that it is no fun to be out of control of your own faculties. And so for that, you have my sympathy. If that part turns out to have been an act, I will be extremely disappointed and you will no longer have my sympathy. I think you should know that. But whatever else comes out of this, I do want to help you through that, okay?
She just slumps, looks down at the handcuffs. No struggle, just defeated.
All right.
Right. If I might make a suggestion, Pride kind of steps forward a little bit. We don't know how this head exploding thing works, and I quite like my noggin.
Right.
Despite the scars, I think I'm handsome, and I'd like to maintain that. It's a little bit of pride I do have. Now, this might seem a bit cruel. He points at Armella. I would like to knock her unconscious. Is that a reasonable request?
I have done that once already when a keeper's head exploded. But we can do it more gently this time, hopefully.
I prepare every bolt for every occasion. And he reaches into his little side quiver for his crossbow. If you resist, there will be consequences. She just nods. And he gives her a little stick in the side of the neck. Not deep, but enough to pierce it. And she falls unconscious. Yeah. So long as we don't shake her too much, she'll be asleep for about an hour.
I have to say, I'd feel a lot better if I'd come in here and she had just started raving like a lunatic and tried to explode my head repeatedly and then cursed me out as we defeated her. I don't like how much we still don't understand about what exactly brought this about.
Lawmaster puts his hands behind his back. I hate to say it, but I think our best course of action is to give it a night. Make sure that the security is tip-top shape. And he thinks, gods, do we leave the Keepers and Blue Jays out of this and leave it to us? Because I feel confident we can trust everyone in this room.
This is a pretty sensitive situation. It's probably for the best to not get too many extra people involved.
I'm concerned, in the case of the Keepers specifically, I'm concerned that given Emmett's proclivity for public relations victories, that his first concern would be somehow using this incident or the downfall of the Delane name to his own advantage, and that annoys me.
Pride nods. Couldn't agree more.
Especially since we don't actually know to what extent she's responsible yet. Maybe she is just a murderer, and if so, then good riddance. But if it comes out, did you know Armella Dulane killed a bunch of people, and then it turns out the real story is way more complicated than that? You can't put the genie back in the bottle.
Pride nods, and Lawmaster agrees. Yes, I feel like our best course of action is to keep it quiet. Could be... Oh, God, if we keep it quiet and someone finds out. Perhaps we leave it as simple as Armella has been arrested for suspicion of nefarious activity. We don't pin the blame on her specifically for any particular crime, but there's been enough around town where people can gossip, make up different lies instead.
Yeah, just label her a person of interest without any further elaboration.
Yeah, my heart doesn't bleed for her reputation in that case, because at a minimum, she's certainly guilty of arranging the smuggling.
Pride actually turns to Lawmaster, and we make it clear that Octavia has had no involvement. Lawmaster kind of tilts his head. We can't confirm that yet, now can we? But yes, I will leave her name out of the report. For now. But if evidence were to prove otherwise, we need to keep the people informed. No more secrets. It's just been biting us in the ass.
No more secrets except for this new one we're starting right now.
Completely reasonable.
No lies starting tomorrow. Like, he just like kind of gestures like, is that agreeable?
That's a great movie tagline.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
I feel like that's the Ebon Ward tagline.
No lies starting tomorrow. 6 years and counting.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, tomorrow you better walk up to us and tell us he's a vampire.
All right. You got 24 hours, boo.
Pride picks up Armella very carefully. All right. Well, we don't have time to waste, and you know Karstock better than I. I've gone to a couple of dinner parties with the gentleman. Eccentric, to be sure, but pleasant all the same.
Yeah, we can help you drop
He's
her
like
off.
my own father, but with a brain.
God. Rivaldi is about to reach for the door. And I would like to accompany you, but I understand if you would prefer me not to.
I don't see a problem with that. Maze?
I mean, if you have your own business to attend to, then attend to it. But if you would like to come, you're free to.
I feel like if I left your sight now, of all times, you would trust me even less.
Oh my god, take him along so we can see the baby bears.
Maze looks up at him. We never said we didn't trust you.
You didn't have to.
Ah.
You see him, like, take a couple steps and then, like, hold the door open so you can see me.
I thought you were gonna say, you see him take a couple steps and then steps back, gets out a crazy straw.
So first I was thinking steps back, like, these pastels are lovely.
Damn, why didn't we talk in front of these?
Heavens, is that eardrum? I am spoiled today.
Do we want to end there?
Yeah.
Me
feel
when
like
my
that's
ear
it.
infection acts.
I think we'll call it there, and we'll find out what happens next time on Ebon Ward.
You know what I think we really gotta
Wow.
find out? What happened this time on Ebon Ward? I got no fucking clue,
Yeah,
bro.
still a little unclear, TBH.
Oh boy.
Ooh, stuff happened,
So,
gang.
was that within your expectations, Will?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah. I don't know what I can say.
Yeah, I don't
I mean,
know
that's what
why
you
I'm
can
not-
say. It's like, yeah.
I
No.
don't know. Oh,
Oh,
that's
boy.
the place that she was talking about. Luke.
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 Yep. Luke.
Up
It's
by
it's
Barway.
by Barway. Barway has been mentioned once.
So
And it's been commented how shitty it is. And Luke has never been said because Luke is a stupid, awful name.
And
Oh, Luke got
shittier than Barway? Even worse than Barway?
Oh, well, I mean, Luke is like you're saying Link wrong, or as you're falling downstairs.
Luke!
Luke is the new Kobe.
Alright, well. Nice session, gang. I am going to go pee real quick. Do me
Yeah.
a
The
favor
ritual.
and post links while I don't check how good a job you did.
Yeah,
hey
absolutely.
gang, hey gang. You
So I c-
like our shows, all that good stuff we do, but you want to chat about it and make new friends while chatting about it, and you also want to submit fan art and theories and just have a good time and get our schedule. If you're not a part of the Discord, why don't you come and join it?
Yeah. And on top of that, we also have a very lovely little Patreon where a lot of folks are very kind and donate dollary dues. And don't worry, you get something back. We like to try and post well, not try, we do. We post icons from our shows, for example. Like you can get all the keepers, you can get a lot of the Blue Jays, you can get all of the major NPCs as they appear, of course. As well as monthly, we release generic icons, which you can use. Like, throw them in your games. Have fun. Because we know how frustrating it is to, like, get generics. So we did it for you.
Get the Imgur.
Get the... Oh, yeah, grab the Imgur. Don't worry, there's not a boulder coming.
It's Lamps, the boulder!
It's fine. I had it. I spaced out. The Imgur is here. It was made by Bread Bunny. Not Bready Bunny. I'm so sorry. I hope you forgive me.
Never.
And I will say, last month, generics that were posted were half-orcs. And for October, I thought it'd be fitting that we have the... well, I should say, the half-orcs were made by Bryn, who does an amazing job. And for October, I thought it'd be fun if we did tieflings, because that feels a bit fitting for Halloween and whatnot. And those were done by Sour Badger, and they look outstanding too. So those should be popping up in the next week or so, give or take.
Yes.
But, yeah. Lamp, we did everything you asked this time.
If you're mean to us, we get to call the cops.
We get to cry.
I would never be mean to you guys. I love you guys.
I don't know.
No, I'm jesting.
I had the same reaction when May said, "We never said we didn't trust you," and I thought back. I think Dia opened up with, "I didn't really trust you, but."
Let's see here, and then we also have the Imgur, which is done by Bread Bunny.
Yes, thank you so much, Bread Bunny.
Do you want different music?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, maybe in honor of what has happened this session. Let me find.
Yeah, no, we can just keep looking at this GIF.
It's really good. Yeah, get it.
All right.
Yeah.
Evan Ward, episode 126. There's nothing inherently moving about having a true heart-to-heart with your mom. Oh, hey, Conrad. Also, Armella, huh? Wild ride, that one. And this Imgur is from Bread Bunny. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
At the top of the pile from Nubby, boom!
That's great. That's really well done.
It's
so
really
good,
great.
man.
I commented on it before stream started, but I didn't know you were dabbling in animation, Nubby. It looks really great. Good job.
Well done.
Yes. Then from Bacon Dave.
Rube.
Oh, my Imgur's in the wrong order. Okay.
Oh.
Like, Maze, where are you?
What the fuck is this mixed reference? Cut from the VOD, that's what!
Ruh-roh, Rash!
Ruh-roh. Thank you, Bacon Dave. Then from Felonious Karma, yeah, it's not possible to post MP3s in the Imgur. So yeah, I will check that out. Probably at the end.
Yeah. But very excited about that. Very cheeky. I heard a little bit of it and I was like, ooh.
Yeah, can't wait. See, then from Anyeno Bananas.
Nash, are you okay? Where the fuck's the dog?
We don't know. Thank you, Anyeno Bananas. Then also from Anyeno Bananas.
To the office.
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't get through that. It's just very fun. I love May's locking doors on people. Never gets
Very
old.
funny.
Very silly.
Thank you, Anyeno Bananas. And also from Anyeno Bananas, ready
The
to
girls, they're ready.
Now put that down. You're being ridiculous. Then also from Anyeno Bananas, sad.
Mom's having a rough go.
Dang.
Just like, dude, I wasn't ready for this shit.
Yeah, well, life. And from Anyeno Bananas, Lucian Laverty. No, that's just not it.
SpongeBob.
This information will be swiftly cataloged and not mentioned again.
You don't like
None
Lucian?
of the party members were there to witness it.
That is his
to give you-
greatest kindness, yeah.
I had to give you another Fable name.
This is true. Very,
What,
very
would you have
true.
preferred Garth?
Guildmaster Myers, they call
I
me.
kind of think Garth would work for him, honestly. Like, more than Lucian.
Yeah.
You gotta remember, they're vampires.
That's true.
This is
That's a
true.
good point.
Also, so your health is low. Do you have any potions or food?
Chicken
Hero,
chaser.
Your will energy is low. Watch that.
Then from No Bananas, hug
Aw,
and pain.
Mama's having a rough go of things.
It's rough for everyone out here, you know.
Oh.
Then from Bread Bunny.
Yeah, what should I do?
Get the fries, Nash. You know you'll regret it if you don't.
Oh.
Outstanding. Thank you, Bread Bunny. Then from Sprite.
Listening to Maze. Maze in my ear telling me mean things.
It was your idea.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
named it.
Like how this was the like sub bit of the whole episode.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Sprite. Then from No Bananas.
I know you're a pussy, but listen.
Hang on, wait.
What are you gonna do about it? Shoves you.
I could have run away.
To be expected.
Coward.
Thank you, No Bananas. Then from Bacon Dave.
Passively feeling Maze's emotions. Aw. Well, shit.
I should call my mom.
Wait.
I should put on a
Well,
boat.
shit.
Oh.
Thank you, Bacon Dave. Then from No Bananas.
It's me! Again!
Soggy cat.
Yo, what's
Soggy
up?
cat.
It's me, Masquerade.
Can you imagine if I had the fucking balls to have
Holy
I
Masquerade
literally
again?
can't.
I will tell you right now. No.
Thanks. Really needed the clarification. Thank you.
I never know with you kids.
I love this next one. This is great.
No Bananas.
Pizza
Oh.
game fan art.
What a fantastic
What should-
specific reference.
What should I do, Inner Maze?
Oh, God.
Your health is low.
Your health is low.
Wouldn't put it past Plaster to make that kind of joke.
Drake and Josh.
Drake and Josh. Thank you, and No Bananas. Then from Wario Fan 63.
You and your friend should come by sometime and spend the night. That would be fun. Doesn't that sound fun, Connie? That wasn't a no.
I love that Nash just.
Thank you, Derek.
He's putting his little hands together like, excuse me.
Excuse me.
I can't eat these or I die.
From No Bananas.
She's an acrobat and a bitch.
Outstanding. Thank you so much.
And from Bread Bunny.
Armella and the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day.
Always happy to dust these ones off. Thank you, Bread Bunny. From Venomous Tia.
Dear, you absolute bimbo!
Guilty as charged.
My little blorbo bimbo.
Thank you, Venomous Tia. From Bread Bunny.
Bitches be like, can't stand her fake ass. 10 minutes later, me and my bestie Bessie.
Me and the bestie!
Bestie, an anagram of Betsy.
It is.
Ooh.
Outstanding.
Oh, there's
Oh,
one more Bingus in here.
there he is.
Incredible. It's Maze if he were an Oz boy.
I have to open the thing in a separate thing because it wasn't in there. There we go. Oh God, I'm fancy. You already know.
Should be. The transformation has begun.
I don't like this. I don't like being Lucian.
You've
I want to
always
be
been
Mace
Lucian.
again.
No.
Yep. I knew that name would have a reaction. I was like, I mean, I gotta keep the trend. It's
Yeah, you
be a
gotta
Fable
keep the
name.
trend.
And what would a vampire call him?
Lucian, like it's obvious. What else would you go with? Thank you so much for all that. Now I'll go back and play a little bit of that Bingus, not all of it, because it's long, mind you, but
Yeah, here, I'll turn off the music.
I love that we're putting her in a cow pen.
It's so great. All right, here we
You're
go.
welcome, gang.
It's screameater.mp3. What do you got?
Let's go find it.
Oh.
I see.
Look at you.
I'll have to appreciate that in full later. I can tell it's spectacular, and I will tell you how spectacular it is when we're no longer streaming and concerned about these sorts of things.
Oh man,
Copyrights.
is there a way to do a direct link to this in the
I don't think so.
Twitch
So
chat?
quick, join our Discord. Quick! You have to if you want to see it.
Oh, you know what? Here, this works actually. If you're already in it, you can click on it and then you'll get to it immediately. This is also for future people. This is outstanding though.
Yeah, no. Really appreciate it. I'm dying. We gotta end the stream.
I want to say very quick, very lovely voice. This is really nice.
Yeah, this is really nice.
Yeah, it's great. Hey, well, thank you for running this. Everyone else, thanks for being here. Chat, thank you so much for being here this time, and thank you for being here next time. Say goodbye to chat, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Toodles.
R.I.P. Lamb.